Here begins Fate's next episode, the last 5-star US qualifier for the Granblue versus World Tour. One champion to be crowned and invited to the finals, and yet so many other competitors need to compete across the globe. But here and now, CEO Gaming, Granblue Fantasy versus Rising Top 8, brought to you by Zero and BG Callisto. Let me hear it, Skyfar's out at CEO Gaming for this glorious Top 8.
Let's go, y'all. I hope you're all excited. We have some of the best players in North America coming up.
Yes.
Few surprises, a few not surprises, but great character diversity. We have 7 different characters, assuming there is no change from Kojicoco. The only actual repeat characters will be a mirror match, potentially, of Ferry. But of course, we have Zane going over Kojicoco. A little bit of an upset there on the Grimnir. We have Nyantic, plenty of characters there, but we have seen a lot of Sandalphone, a bit of Beatrix coming out. And we have BSG, of course, on the Vaseraga. No surprise there against Vermillion. That's going to be a match that I'm super excited for. And our 2-time EVO champion, for my money, the best Granblue Fantasy versus Rising player in the world, Kojicoco, surprisingly in losers, going against Ferdinand.
Yes.
And we have my personal GOAT, Monarch, against Insurgent. Again, kind of a surprise on who's in losers. We have both of the already qualified champions from EVO and Combo Breaker starting on the loser side, potentially running into each other.
What's funny to me is, one, that before the bracket came up, I got to call out Kojicoco a little bit here. It was like, I'm so comfortable in the matchup against Grimnir. There's no way that you get mixed up by Grimnir. And yet, look who's on winner's side, look who's on loser. So maybe a run back coming up in a bit, but Zane will have to put up through Nyantic first and foremost, who had seen a couple character swaps here, did cross the threshold in the top 8 with a Beatrix. So maybe we get back into it, but I see Djeeta on the button check out here.
Yeah, you know it's a button check because we see that avatar, and Zane's not about the life. He's a cool guy. I don't think he's about the life.
I don't know. I was watching some Avatar earlier. He was playing that.
Yeah. I do actually like his avatar. I think he's a sick character. I think Zane actually has some pretty good command of him as well. But Nyantic, of course, I'm a Nyantic Glazer. He is a footsies lord. I love his placement. Nyantic's probably the only time you're not going to hear me say anything about Dash Light because he places them so perfectly on all of his characters. I love his spacing. I love his timing. And of course, this is a West Coast, NorCal versus SoCal matchup.
Absolutely.
Little beef to bring home with you in the trunk.
Yeah, so we'll see here Zane a little bit outside of the qualification range, so looking for a stellar performance today. If not, just getting that immediate qualification, which would be insane, because Zane, main focus has not necessarily been Granblue. Rising has been exploring other games, but still sitting with the best of them here at CEO.
In a very good position here on the winner's side. And of course, we should mention both of the already qualified players in the bracket, so we could potentially see one of them making it to grand finals and winning and having the spot passed down. Since they are both in losers, we're not going to see, potentially a 2-spot pass down. But even in the points, right now, for Monarch to really solidify his position in the rankings, this is a very important placement for him.
Yes.
BSG, of course, coming just a frame shy of qualifying last year. Very important opportunity to get either an all qualification spot or the points. But we're going to get started here on our winner's side. Let's get started with the Granblue Fantasy versus Rising Top 8 here at CEO 2026.
Nyantic opting to go for the Beatrix to kick things off against Grimnir. An excellent pick in my opinion. Great anti-air tools against some of the mixed potential that we're going to see from the Gale dashes out of Zane. But
Great
Zane also has a great way
well.
to bait it out. Yeah, that's another big one.
Yeah, Beatrix, one of those characters who can not quite zip around the screen the way that Grimnir has, but you can't be stiff against this character.
Exactly.
You need to be mobile. You need to be ready to adapt to how he's going to approach because he can come at you from so many different angles.
Believe in victory. Battle.
Right, opening gambit here is going to be very crucial. A little bit of patience on both sides instead of tornadoes on the side of Zane.
Yeah, Zane not trying to force seals out too quickly, is able to get them on screen though. His opportunity to get started first, but there's a check taking the turn right away from Nyantic.
Yeah, interesting challenge. The medium goes off the wayside. Another stroke, but not going to connect. There's
Great
the dash
punish.
light whip punish.
That's what I'm talking about. The timing and the placements of the dash lights from Nyantic are so good.
All right, JH, another one here to actually go for the JM.
Yeah, recognizing the beater on Zane's side, looking for the reversal. No bite from Zane, though. Able to reclaim the corner positioning.
All right, Stagger does connect, and great recognition on the counter hit to go off the wall.
Are we going to spend here, or are we going to hold it? There's the Raging Strike. Yeah, we should be seeing the Skybound art here. Gonna put Zane down to 1 crystal, not a lot of life, and that should do it. First round on the board for Nyantic.
Yeah, great call out here. And the stagger normals go from Nyantic, really opening things up against Zane, getting a little antsy on some of that pressure, but you don't want to let Beatrix be too much of a bully because of these scenarios here. Your back is against the wall. It's more likely for high damage opportunities from this character. Look at that, the patience there, man.
Yeah, and Nyantic doesn't seem too bothered about the seals being out. Doesn't seem to be trying to really stop them from being placed. Just willing to play around it.
Oh, dash light into the 2U to connect. Launch it a little bit here. Not going to spend anything. Doesn't have the resource to do so. Doesn't go for the hard knockout on the Thunderbird.
Great
spot dodge.
What a reaction. And I think this actually is going to finish the round.
Oh, yes, it will. Send it home. 1-2.
Game 1 going to Nyantic. Fantastic reaction on the Raging Strike. Look at him. That's no unk.
That's huge.
Probably about half my age.
Nyantic coming out on top. That spot dodge was phenomenal to call out. The Raging Strike attempt here was too ready for it and already pushing towards the corner. Ooh, but still challenging after the BC.
Yeah, but with no seals available to really extend there, Zane only really got back to mid-screen and already he's pushed back to the corner.
All right, good throw. Patient.
Yeah, the staggers. I think I got hit there. Look at the staggers, and it's the variety of timings. It's not the same timing every time. Very difficult to defend. Little high up and no counter hit on the cross up, but Zane tried to bust out and instead gonna put right back in jail.
Oh yeah, let's finish the job here. Keep it simple with the launch at the Raging Strike. You have no brave points on your side. Certain death. Nyantic taking that lead.
Yeah, quick 3 rounds here for Nyantic.
Yeah. Need an answer back. Start to lock in. It's a different game here, Zane.
Yeah, a little bit more of an aggressive start, but already punished for it. And I feel like Zane has, about to start paying rent in this left corner if he's here any longer. Squatter's rights only go so far.
Yeah, fortunate for Zane to dodge out of that JM. 5L to steal back the turn. That was risky off the clash. That could have been
you
worse.
see that 5H anti-air attempt. You were talking about those options that she has to get up there with that vertical DP with the close 5H.
Jeez, too late, Tex.
Yeah.
Let's take the DP out. Oh, calls out. It looked like potentially a throw attempt there that Zane got the punish. Might have been the 5L even.
Yeah, I think we're going to go for Oki here. Wasn't going to be able to kill. Didn't want to invest too hard.
Oh, out of dodge, no BC.
Oh, no cancel as well, though.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but sends the ultimate tornado one touch away. Calls out the overhead. Nice ultimate DP. And right back at you. Zane takes a round.
I really like both the decisions, even though the first one didn't work out. But
Yep.
the overhead and the DP both in situations where if they hit, Zane wins. He's not taking a risk that's not going to win the round. Even though the first one didn't work out, he didn't get pushed too hard. He was able to get the second one.
All right, stagger with the lights. No opener, but what a brave challenge with the medium coming from Nyantic.
Good recognition by Nyantic for always knowing when is his turn after Zane connects the move coming down from the seals.
That's huge. That 2L, able to convert some extra damage. Our knockdown, get that refund.
Trying to bait out a throw or a brave counter. No bite from Zane.
Nice block. Take an attack.
Pretty even situation for both players in terms of resources and life. A little bit aggressive. Great patience from Nyantic here. Yeah, chooses
really
to give
is.
up some ground. He is in the corner now. Oh,
What
great.
a lockdown.
Yes.
That was huge.
The rarely seen, you don't see a lot how Grimnir can control those fireballs and have that upward trajectory. Great call out by Zane to lead to the air unblockable. Capitalizes with the SBA. And now we are out of crystals. Nyantic, any tap will do it.
Yeah, that dash light will be able to finish the job here. Zane able to get that full punish. Again, that's twice now. We've called out BC attempts with the Gale dash away, but that was huge. Angling the tornado to lock out the jump escape that Nyantic attempted, and like you said, making that unblockable scenario. Nice victory here on the side of Zane to turn things around. All right. Let's see. All right, as we get back into it here, tied up in games, but not out of this yet. It's a long haul ahead of us.
Believe in victory.
There's a little Buc-ee's on the table. Are you kidding me? You'll get sued for that.
Zane able to get the seals out a little earlier than previous rounds, but they're on the other side of the screen now, so he's not going to really be able to utilize them.
All right, fade away. No challenge. Just got the 5L to check.
Great spot dodge, able to find the punish here.
Oh yeah, off the wall. Big damage opportunity here, about 50% on the health. Set up with these Gale dashes, but stays high.
Yeah, no spend on the Oki, creating a situation where it's a one-touch game here for Zane.
All right, so we try to push back to the East Coast once more.
Oh yes, slightly faster because that slowdown, the slowdown startup of the ult Fireball kind of made it get interrupted in a position where it would have beaten many other moves.
All right, got the Delta Clock, comeback opportunity here. Not quite going to get the super restock in the Brave Point. With throw, does get punished the Chicago way. Okay,
I see.
I was looking for, where is it?
Great block on the overhead and the punish. Really good recognition by Nyantic there of like, what's the most common thing that Grimnir can do to open you up in that situation that would kill, and ready for the punish.
Battle 2. Engage.
All right, backing off once more, seeing visions of game one, but what a far heavy.
Just out of the wall splat range there.
Yeah. All right, late tech, we take those. Watch it, yeah, moment of caution there. Doesn't want to quite get an anti-air, but I'll take a medium DP indeed. Nice.
Ooh, great 5H, yeah.
Oh!
Mistimed the
overzealous,
knee.
yeah.
Nyantic woke up swinging.
Yeah, like you called, great recognition of when it's my turn from Nyantic.
And again, finds the clutch hit after the backdash. Easy peasy too, doesn't try to do the full Beatrix route. I'm never going to give Beatrix players anything, but I will admit that B&B is a little harder than many other characters.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I actually really like that Nyantic just stayed with the most simple combo possible.
Give us some credit, we have to work in neutral, okay? It's not free, you know, even though the move is right free, but hey.
Another good check with this 5H. And again, we're pushed back into this left corner. Zane does have the meter to attempt a reversal, but hasn't really been given a window to attempt it yet.
Yeah. The medium Thunderbird gets a full extension. You better spend this super.
Oh, no!
Okay, we make up for it. Cross Thunder with the close M.
Scary situation for Nyantic
Jeez
there.
Louise.
Especially after you already invested the Raging Strike to not finish your plate. Beat down a crystal. The other person has full crystals, full meter.
I am a genius. Oh, wait.
Good punish.
All right, dash light. Try to close the gap. No whip punish there, but you do get the chase.
And you can say Zane is giving up space in order to make a window where Nyantic can maybe overextend and get whip punish, but Nyantic is just holding his ground and not even moving forward in those situations.
Yeah, very important to sit in the Granblue zone there because you know the threat of Grimnir is certainly real, and you're also trying to deny the aerial escapes should Zane decide to set up a seal in that position, which is a scary spot to be, though, because of the corner. Nice, the Thunderbird, still our turn. Good tech. Jeez.
Yeah, trying to switch the corner positioning.
Oh, teched out a little bit. Good block, open up at the light, but not going to get a conversion.
I noticed Zane is actually doing a lot of meterless Oki, which while it does conserve his resources that he might need to finish this play on the hit, it's also not giving him the mix-ups that he would normally get.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, though, still able to throw bait. Actually, Nyantic tried to go for that 2L there to get the interrupt. Not going to find the mark.
Yeah, we still are on set point for Nyantic, though. Zane trying to stay on the winner side here.
Far heavy. Nice block, though.
Oh, and the backdash bait.
It's beautiful. Nyantic using dash light attack as intended.
Yeah, great conditioning and recognition by Nyantic there because that same situation has happened 2 or 3 times in this set, and every time both players throw teched.
Okay, sneaks in with the throw. Nyantic, massive life lead. Deep run up for the throw this time.
Oh yeah, normal throw, I'm sorry.
Watch it.
Whoa!
No shot.
Okay.
No shot.
No escape for real. No escape available for Zane. Nyantic gonna move on to the winner's final.
That was the most insane grab. You had the back special Ultimate Edition on startup, and yet you still grabbed Grimnir by the scruff of his neck to put it back in the corner. Yeah, it's certainly going to be a lot of stress, especially when you see Vaseraga barreling down on you. It's going to be about that first initial knockdown with no true reversal on the side of 2B. That's always a first front of mind problem for a 2B player in a matchup like this because, man, the Oki scenarios of somebody armored up and just stand straight in front of you and you have nothing in your arsenal outside of I hope I get a throw to turn the corner around
Yeah.
on me.
2B.
Yeah.
All right, button check locked in. Our next set begins.
Yeah, keeping BSG from getting started early is going to be critical here for Vermillion. And that's a good start. Great
Yeah.
whip punish.
Goes for the back special there. Couple pop Bs, but low on skill gauge. But
Yeah, trying to back off, but the stance slash.
yeah, that timing's going to be interesting because 5U could, of course, parry that follow-up, right, and still get the challenge, or at least close the gap for another option. Off
And
the
here we
wall
can see,
go.
right? Easy B&B.
Oof.
And did have the meter, let it rip.
Yeah, what a call out on the Mirage there. Plenty of damage from BSG once more.
I don't think he can finish here, though.
Oh, he finishes. No, he doesn't. I thought maybe we see an ultimate spend.
Oh, but caught the low this time after showing the light follow-up. Came through with the medium this time. Catching Vermillion standing up.
Battle 2. Engage.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, winning the projectile war before the ultimate instinction is on deck.
Exactly.
Definitely 2B can actually zone, counter zone, but as soon as that 50 meter comes into play, you have to be very conservative with what you challenge with.
Yeah, just want to take the plus frames to the back medium special. Good 7th rampage here. Hold on to the pod B. The stagger. Patience from BSG for now. I mean, you have a ton of resources in your back pocket here. Does open up with the guard crush. Nice extension with the dash heavy.
Great counter poke with the 2M. That's going to be a little bit of a hard pickup. Able to get there in time. We get the full extension into the corner.
Ooh. A little bit of a shimmy there. Not going to find a spark. Vermillion kind of notorious for those.
Yeah, changing the timings of the stagger pressure, but BSG content to block it out until he found a spot to brave counter. And here, this is where we see the damage disparity.
And great awareness from BSG to know that we were outside the range of the gravity bomb anyways, or rather just the regular grenade, and was still able to make a challenge to that medium.
Believe in victory.
All right, let's see what adjustments Vermillion can make. 5M, though, winning the initial gambit. Tries to parry out, but a good dodge by BSG.
Nice. Close the corner, but that's all we can get with this version of the Battalion of Fear.
Oh, that's going to hurt, yeah. Doesn't spend a lot. Yeah, going to just take the safe jump.
All right, there's that late tag.
Yeah, but we're already on chip. This is going to be very difficult for Vermillion. Yeah.
And again, you have to call out the lack of damage output from 2B because you could take chances like that, still get called out. Despite 2B having SSBA available, I got a few more interactions for
that was still a 2 to 3 hit round, even not counting the brave counters that were available to BSG to even try to find a hit.
All right, good stagger. Ooh, the 5U run-up.
Good patience there by Vermillion, respecting the 5M. That's been kind of blowing up his 5Ms a little bit.
Ooh.
Yep, the plus on whiff with the light follow-up. Very tricky.
Oh, try to go for Battalion of Fear, but no armor. Guard crush.
Good blocks here, yeah.
Nice with the spot dodge. Down special. Does get avoided here.
Good
Nice.
jump, yeah, and that JM, one of the best fireball punishes in the game. Great reach for an air normal.
Nice. Launch a dash heavy. Raging chain. That is another game for BSG.
Yeah, you're not getting away from that button. Very big, both in front and above. Great follow-ups as well available for BSG there. Vermillion does have some other characters. Might be thinking about it, but I know he has the Catalina in the background, but I don't know if that's like quite ready for, you know, top 8 CEO winner's side. That's quite a decision.
And we're talking about a completely different mindset coming from BSG. I mean, BSG at this point in his career has been growing exponentially, not only in skill, but also in player endurance and maturity throughout the set. You know, there were times where we get to this position in a top 8 and BSG would kind of be over. We talked a little bit about that adrenaline rush of like, I'm one step away from the victory here. But BSG has been nothing but business. The last first place championship we saw at a major was Texas Showdown for BSG, but he is still hungry for more, especially a qualifying position. But Vermillion, just as hungry in this winner's side.
Yeah, I think that the endurance is such a big factor now compared to Granblue Fantasy Versus. The tournaments are so large now. The player base has grown exponentially.
Yeah.
You're looking at a 200, 300, 400, 500 player tournaments on the regular for this game. You need to really be ready for a long road when you enter a tournament.
Oh, geez, nice.
Yeah,
Got
caught him with the
light.
okey-doke again. That light follow-up, very difficult to react to and take your turn.
And this is so difficult for 2B to get back out. Nice, actually spot dodging the wire, but ran right into it. It's your fault.
But again, forced to spend the 50 meter on the extension to get the corner carry, and now the reversal is again not available. The meter management, the skill management for Vermillion, a lot of tough decisions to be made.
Yeah, all right, install. We're gonna walk it down. Missed the dash heavy, that's okay, we closed the gap.
Found the JM again. Doesn't get a full combo for it, but a 2M counter poke, and that's the problem with the 2M counter pokes in those situations. While it's great to get the connection from that far away, it's hard to just close the distance and finish your combo.
Oh, outside the range of the BC. Look, the instinction
Chip
was
is an issue, yeah.
Darn if you do, darn if you don't. You made the attempt to get out, but BSG was definitely going to lock that down with a light ender on the Savage.
Here we are, set point for BSG on a roll here.
Nice JM. Got the fadeaway. Try to steal the turn with the armor. Not going to work because of the 5S coming from Vermillion. Good spot.
Yeah,
shoulder
tried
check.
to find the punish on the stock up, and BSG ready to just kind of immediately dodge after he hit the Soul Forge.
Extinction once more. Installed.
Vermillion just trying to find a way to get started, but running out of skill.
More Instinction. What a shutdown that slows down the skill activation from Vermillion and does open up a massive opportunity for BSG.
And there's the command grab. Yeah, that's going to seal it. I believe that was the first command grab we've seen the entire set. Waited until the last interaction when it was going to finish the set. Vermillion, though, still alive, moving down to the loser side. BSG moving on to face Nyantic in the winners final.
Absolutely. A stellar performance is given up for BSG, who is advancing to winners finals one step closer to immediate qualification for Granblue finals. Vermillion certainly not out of this. We'll be waiting in the wings on the loser side, of course, as well.
And that loser side we're going to be moving down to shortly. Again, up first we are going to have Monarch against Insurgent, and then on the other side of losers we have Kojicoco against Ferdinand, potentially a Ferry mirror. I'm actually pretty excited to find out what we see in that set.
Still can't believe Kojicoco ran Ferry throughout this whole bracket.
Yeah.
That's insane. We got a battle of the zoners on the loser side.
I actually think it's a genius strat leading into both the finals and to the impending patch. You're already qualified. You don't really have to risk anything.
Sure.
Why not get that tournament experience against the best players in North America on your other characters and find out, is she really tournament ready? Is she ready for the big stage?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's definitely a story we'll tap into once we get to that matchup. But right now, Monarch versus Insurgent. Insurgent also already qualified. Monarch trying to make a break into this year's qualification, has historically qualified for the finals time and time again. This time around, trying to do it in the middle of the season as opposed to right at the end.
Yeah, of course, Monarch sitting currently in the last qualifying spot, 4 points. So aside from a win, he really needs to break in that top three, because as we've been mentioning throughout the weekend, this is the last 5-star event for North America. There are going to be some online tournaments available, some 2, 3 star tournaments. However,
oh my goodness. Is that Rowlet right there? I can't stand losing. One more Radish, please. Ooh, losing. Who likes losing out there? Anyone like losing?
Where's the Shrimp Squad?
I didn't think so. I didn't think anyone liked losing. Yeah, where are the Shrimples at?
But again, you know, those points are going to matter so much more for this tournament because Asia and Europe have all of the, and South America, they have all of the remaining 5-star events and the majority of the other 3 and 4-star events. So if you are not at least in the middle of the leaderboard as in North America, you are in severe danger of being overtaken by the other regions unless you're willing to travel to those regions for their tournaments.
Yeah, it's such an interesting dynamic that they've added to this tour, right? Your regional lead also makes is important, right? So standing out amongst the strongest in North America is another layer of qualification that you could see. And it gives more opportunity across the globe, right? Because like you mentioned, if you can't travel, there is at least an additional opportunity to try to make that final cut. All right, locked in Eustace versus Metera. Man, I don't envy either player in this matchup because this is going to be a doozy of a match. Talking about high mental endurance in this matchup. So you want the smoothest of songs to serenade you through battle. Vermillion of the 6 Dragons.
Oh, we want to fight. Okay.
They definitely want to fight. One has a gun, one has a bow. Which is stronger in the actual Granblue? You think the guns are better weapons than bows?
I think it's the butterflies that are stronger than either of the weapons.
You know what? Butterflies are stronger all across the globe, yeah.
I want to say the real difference between these two zoners, it's not quite in the tool sets. It's that everyone agrees that Eustace is objectively cool as hell.
Yeah, so cool. So when's the summer outfit coming to Granblue Rise?
Yeah. Let the boy cook.
I'm telling you, Fukuhara-san, please give Eustace a squirt gun and let's get him in his summer outfit as we head into this next battle.
Yeah, kind of a little bit of a stare down right at the start. No one committing to the projectiles right away. Monarch, though, gets the first advantage. Pushing a little bit to the corner, but Insurgent already work his way back out.
Rat race, nice flashbang here to keep the plus frames and actually close the gap. That's huge. Lockdown pressure. Does not want to give Monarch the opportunity. I'm not sure we want a JL there.
Yeah. No anti-air from Monarch,
Yeah.
though. He was able to find a little bit of a mash out in the corner, but got very little for it, and he's being pushed towards the corner again.
Shucks. Trying to go for the close combat. Got interrupted.
Yeah, thinking about the approach for a moment. Patience is vital fighting Metera. You got to try to spot the patterns and see where your opportunity is to find a jump, a roll, a counter poke, a counter projectile.
And that's the thing. You're going up against Monarch who can change his patterns on the drop of a dime. You think you've solved one layer of the offense and Monarch decides to change it up. All right. Slow kill. Nice delay on the Flimac Thunder. 5L. Watch the approach.
A lot of meter available for Insurgent here. Monarch has to be careful with these projectiles. Eustace does have one of the better anti-projectile supers, and here it is. Is that going to catch the 5H? Yep.
Sure does. Full animation here. Full send. Gets around with that one.
Who let the dogs out? What's going on here?
Doggos deserve to be playing outside, okay? Oh,
Yes.
trying to roll, expected a shot.
Such patient play up until that moment. I mean, Insurgent hadn't even really tried to challenge a potential zone, was waiting for something to react to. Unfortunately, pulled the trigger just a little too early. Yeah, backing out, trying to get away from that red grenade. Great timing on the dodge, too, for the old slow kill.
With BC away, does get the hop. BC right back at you. Rat race, lock it down.
A lot of meter available.
Good, another BC.
See, that's what's nice about Old Butterfly, too. A lot of times when you get it out, it's always going to count as a raw special. So it's always going to refund 12.5 on block or 25 on hit. Good call out there. Finds the punish. A little bit of a slap. I actually love her 5L for that. Just
It was two of those, too. Like, we had the spot dodge come from Insurgent, just still follow up the second slap. Good patience from Monarch here to find the mark.
using the low shot there to low profile the second orb of slow kill and actually punish through. Great block on the empty low. I got hit there, absolutely.
Late tech, BC away, try to stabilize the neutral. That's another one here. That's a lot of resources spent. Do or die in the final round of game one. Oh, what a shimmy!
Doesn't really have the meter to, get a big finish here, but does have enough for the mix-up, and this should do it with one crystal available, plus the low Metera health. Easy peasy, Insurgent taking game one.
Well timed on the triple attack overhead. Not seen it in the pressure yet throughout the set. I mean, again, it is the one game here, so that's information that Monarch is going to keep in mind for the rest of the set. But I mean, it was the time to pull out that opportunity. You're low enough on health that one touch makes all the difference, that you're not focused on the triple attack overhead there. You're focused on potentially the throw or another stagger option.
Yeah, and Insurgent saving his meter for that situation. We haven't seen a lot of usage for old Flamek to try to just bully through the projectiles of Metera. We have seen a bit of old slow kill to hold down the middle of the screen, but right now it seems like he's holding on for the super or for the mix-up potential.
Pop here, still chipping away.
Get the punish. Yeah, got to be careful dodging at that range.
Launch another butterfly setup, a touch away from death. Monarch does not need to overextend here, and will be happy to chip away if you don't want to make a move.
Yeah, trying to run him down, and at that point, Insurgent had to clear the old butterfly. Monarch doing a good job holding his ground with the 2M here, putting a round up on the board. Insurgent so far winning the zoning war. Monarch, though, winning the rushdown war, moving in with the Zephyr.
All right, Rat Race, we locked in. Oh, what an anti-air 2M, the little trip guard.
That 2M with a little bit of low profile there. It's very good against empty jumps because you can do it a bit later.
Still the stagger, massive life lead for Monarch. Wants to try to tie the game up.
Both of these characters, such commanding pressure in the corner. Insurgent just waiting for the opportunity, maybe trying to find a spot to react with the SBA. Monarch not giving a lot of windows, though, just using these normals.
I mean, that's a great way to, one, run down the clock, but also maintain your safety so that Insurgent doesn't have the opportunity to challenge back, and it lets you cycle back through your abilities, build meters, continue chipping away in the anti-air. Insurgent finally cracking under pressure.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth here, and we can see both of these characters have that similar pressure in the corner. They both also are a little bit lacking on bust-out tools. So the first person to get the corner positioning, such an important factor in these matches, basically forces the other person to brave counter if they're even given an opportunity to.
Maximum range for that 2U, so no punish. BCOA.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of these early brave counters because of how important getting that corner first is for both of these characters.
All right, another shot here. Sets up the butterfly, and what a call out from Insurgent.
Great conversion with the 668 as well.
Right,
goes low this time. I like using the command dash into the low. The difference between doing that or the auto combo low is that it will blow up people trying to fuzzy block the triple attack high-low mix-up.
Ooh, straight hit right into the raging chain.
Battle 2.
Let's go for another round here. Can Insurgent maintain a lead, or will Monarch?
We see a lot of this no commitment at round start out of both players. I don't think, you know, again, the positioning matters so much early on. Neither wants to be the one to make the first mistake.
And I wonder how much of it is their tenure in fighting against each other. They know what they're looking for. I mean, when you get to this level, these two have been in plenty of top 8s together.
Great counter poke after the roll there. Normally in that situation, Metera's 2M is great at stopping the post-roll button press, but Insurgent, recognizing that Eustace has almost the same 2M.
Stood up a little early there. Rat raise.
Fortunate there, interrupting the rain by landing a hit with the grenade.
And using an alt slow kill to try to connect and get that explosion of the rat race. Try to lock down Monarch.
And Insurgent has worked his way all the way back, not just to mid-screen, but even with an actual positioning advantage, just with his own counter zoning.
Respects the rainfall. What a shot. Insurgent not quite getting the lead yet.
Yeah, dangerous situation. No bite on the throw bait by Monarch. Good defense here so far, but health is getting low. A lot of meter available on our Insurgent side. He can let another ult rip right now, and there's the grenade. Gotta be careful because it does not go away even if Eustace gets hit. Monarch overextended just a little too much into the active frames. Great usage of meter there by Insurgent. Just
absolutely
let it out, you know.
He's such a calculated player, has been for so long. And you kind of need to build that skill when you're playing Eustace, because before this version of Eustace, it took a lot of skill to really make him shine the way that Insurgent did. And look at the dominant performance that we've had over the years, but now Insurgent 2-1 lead over Monarch, does get the run-up punish. Oh, what a 5L. The stop the fun button.
Monarch working his way back to mid-screen, finds the anti-air, but he's really got to find a way to even out the life lead right now.
With Spodge, locked down by Butterfly once more. Monarch. So good shot. Ooh, actually blasting right through the rat race. Destroys it.
Yeah, I really like the use of the heavy. We've seen that a couple times out of Monarch, using the heavy low shot to shut down the red grenade, and then also because of the multiple hits of the projectile, continue on and force Insurgent to either block or dodge.
Ooh, interesting, because that was Flipback Thunder coming through, but still stopping all Butterfly.
Great dodge cancel on the 5H to avoid the ult there.
All right, Insurgent needs one touch. We're backing up to this wall.
Yeah, does have the positioning advantage, but Monarch setting up chip here. And the 668 uncovered, no grenade, but The dodge cancel, I'm not really sure if that was an input error there on Insurgent's side. Had the hit that he needed, but unable to finish his plate there. Monarch staying alive.
I almost wonder if it was just we reserved ourselves to our fate. At that point, it's like, I don't think that connects because it's too far. And then once it does, it's too little too late, right, to realize, oh, I can continue this. All right, Rat Race supply, but Silken gets shot.
Great placement of this effort, and the butterfly is on, so he's going to get another extension here. Looking for the BC there. No bite from Insurgent. There it is, though. The second bait, not fully punished for it, but the crystal is taken.
Rat Race denied. Oh, what a late throw.
I like the usage of the throw just to kill some time for timers to come back and also to wear out the meter penalty.
Flashbang trades out with that Flamek Thunder.
Yeah, not quite in time to get the punish, but if you're Monarch, that's fine. All you have to do is kind of hold your ground, creating the chip situation here. Clutch dodge on the rain, but yeah, you can see Insurgent is just started going from reaction dodging to guess dodging, trying to create an advantageous situation rather than just getting out of the chip, because at some point you do also have to find a hit. Unable to do so, Monarch evening up the count.
Hydration break before we get to this next one. What a nail biter already. Like, it's on the loser side. Either one of these competitors could really rise to the occasion, but that's how nutty this community has become, like how strong this community has become.
Yeah, and again, we can't overstate that everyone, all of the strongest North American players were present for this bracket.
Another Flamek Thunder, nice dash light, push you back. Good IBs. We're building those resources on the side of Monarch.
Great check!
5L, yeah.
And the counter hit 5L, it's a 2H conversion.
Oh, tried to bait that out, but a little bit too committed on the run. Monarch back against the wall once more as Insurgent takes a pause, but a throw from Monarch.
Yeah, recognizes the spacing. It is -4, -5-ish if it's too close.
Not budging.
Yeah, both of these players working up to layer 3 throw baits, and neither one has really fallen for it yet. Monarch trying to build up another ult here to maybe seal the deal. Yeah, you see that little bit of a walk, tops off the 50, gets the ult butterfly out.
Oh.
Yeah, and Insurgent had to move, but not ready to roll through the projectile.
Exactly. Yeah, the roll timing would have been very beneficial there for Insurgent. Next round, Monarch drawing first blood in the final game of the set.
Yeah, big turnaround here. It's been on the back foot actually for a lot of this set, but right now he's the one on match point.
Rat Race connects with Stagger.
Gonna get a good chunk here. Doesn't spend the ult on the grenade yet for the Oki.
Dash up.
At this point, Insurgent,
yeah,
trying to find the hit to SSBA, but yeah, gonna have to spend an ult eventually just to maintain the frame advantage.
And that's the thing. Good luck trying to open up Monarch, right? When they see your resource advantage, they take their time, but Insurgent finds a way.
This should send us to match point for both players. What a great back and forth set here.
Yes.
Both players too, though. I mean, they look dialed in, but not stressed.
Yeah.
They have clarity, they have focus.
They're having a good old time up there.
Good conversion off the slow kill, push it towards the corner.
Right, nice throw.
Ooh, and what a dodge by Monarch.
Jeez. And you know what? That's cheeky stuff. You try to force the BC out, but instead, you ran up with nothing, and Insurgent still pressed the BC attempt.
And it's so much harder to react to Raging Strike in that situation when you're on your offense and they get it on accident while trying to brave counter, rather than when you're on defense and you're down to 1 crystal and they're applying the Raging Strike.
All right, nice spodge.
Yeah, getting rid of the Flamic timer, finds the Zephyr. Not going to be able to build the SBA just yet, going to need one more hit.
There we go. That's the one.
Yeah, I think we're just going to spend the ults here. Got away with the dodge, but a lot of meters still available because of the refund on block. Going to let another one rip. When this connects, he's going to be close to the 50 again. Another ult butterfly on deck already.
Right. This just constantly rebuilding those resources. Good Flamek Thunder. Rat Race, slow kill. Recycling through it all.
just barely walked into the projectile. He had spent the ult and taken the threat of the anti-projectile super off of the table. Monarch no longer had to worry about it, was able to go back to zoning, and the straight clip from the projectile put an Insurgent away. That is going to eliminate Insurgent at 7th place. Monarch staying alive, trying to qualify here.
Yeah, I mean, Monarch is certainly a staple in Granblue Fantasy versus Rising competition and a staple at the final appearances of the tournament circuit. So I'm looking forward to seeing that action a little bit later. Unfortunately, you know, we'll see. Not everyone's going to be able to get that as a qualification, but Insurgent already sitting pretty with the ticket to the invite, so can't be too mad about that performance. Let's give it up for Insurgent, folks. An excellent run here at CEO 2026.
Yeah, not just for the run, but for even just showing up and really putting in the sweat when he didn't need to. Yeah.
He's a grinder. Absolutely. Up next, speaking of grinder, a World Warrior Forspoken out here. Kojicoco, well-traveled, in fact, probably the most traveled competitor out here.
Yeah.
Has really locked in, especially in competition over in Japan, and really trying to learn and expand upon the game, not only be the best Granblue player out here, but really wants to expand upon his own skill as a fighting game competitor.
Yeah, for my money, already the best Rising player in the world, in my opinion. And, I mean, it's been shown back-to-back EVO champions. I think that his mindset right now of, like, determine what I really think is strong, and also leaving options, because we don't know 100% of what is coming in a few weeks in version 2.60. You need to be ready to pivot if you are trying to play at the highest level, unless you are playing, you know, an incredibly well-rounded, strong character. You got to be ready to pivot, right? And I think Koji is already scouting those options, looking at the Ferry right now, believing in the strength of the character. However, again, this would be a Ferry mirror match. And
which is insane. We did see Lewis. I'm sorry, I'm trying to avoid your actual name, Lewis. but yeah, has been on Ferry throughout this bracket, but we did see a little bit of a change up earlier into the Vaseragas, interestingly enough.
Yeah, so
just for a
it
brief
would be
moment.
very interesting to see Lewis Ferdinand, well known as the Ferry main, potentially chased off as of his own main by another Ferry. Right now, though, locking in for the button checks. We have Beatrix on Koji's side and Anila on the other side. Maybe a little bit of gamesmanship here on the button check.
Wait a minute, is Riazzo on stage instead? Hold on. All right, but yeah, this little button check out here, of course. Yeah, Kojicoco, again, Evo champ with the Beatrix back-to-back. Pepto doesn't have to change the art at all. It's going to be the same intro next year. Until he changed the color, then that was a problem. But yeah, so looking at this Ferry play, good run from Lewis Ferdinand out here. Has been really rising to the ranks in online spaces over the last few months.
Has had actually, if you check his Start GG, his recent online results are actually wild.
It's if you've been following the Iago Great storyline up to this point, it's insane to see the rise.
Yeah, very much kind of shades of where Hava was at last year. We're just, you know, only top 2 in almost every online tournament entered. And it's not just about the results, it's about the experience being put in that situation, routinely in grand finals under the pressure. And it looks like, as of right now, we are in fact looking at that Ferry mirror.
This is nuts. I don't think I've seen, outside of this weekend, Koji playing Ferry. So this is going to be a real
this was the first I had heard of it as well.
Like
But he has been pretty open about, you know, being a believer in the strength of the character.
Yeah. I think a lot of folks are really coming around on the strength of Ferry, which has been really fascinating to me, considering like the strength of the other zoners that we've seen dominate in this top 8 between Eustace and Metera. But Ferry coming out here. Let's see what she's got.
And Ferry has been continually strengthened as this game has gone on. Of course, got the monster patch that really changed the ability to counter poke her standing normals. You know, we maybe had a slightly overtuned 236L for a little bit. They dialed it back, and now she is in a fantastic spot. Great normals, great flexibility.
As we open up here, nice dive. Already starting off strong on the side of Lewis Ferdinand.
Yeah, pushing Koji to the corner. Not chasing too hard on the Oki, but ran back in. Good recognition. Using that, despite the stubby 2L when the other person's right next to you, it is a good check tool.
All right, push back. Let's see, back into the midstream, being very cautious. Does not want to get whip punished here.
Yeah, and not just whip punish, but one of the most interesting dynamics of this matchup is Ferry is forced to cancel her own buttons most of the time because one of the only characters who can on-block punish Ferry normals is Ferry.
That's true.
Yeah, creates an interesting situation where you're forced to RPS with your special cancels, and that's where Ferry actually takes on a lot of risk when you're forced to let the 2-3-6s go, when you're forced to let the long-range GG calls go.
Like the swing, try to call out an anti-air attempt, and Lewis not falling for it.
Great, speaking of whip punishes.
Jeez, there it is.
Gonna get the hard knockdown here. GG is out.
To him, keep you locked in, trying to whittle away at what little health Lewis has, but Lewis finding an opening.
Not taking the side switch, though. Gonna take the knockdown for Oki.
Ooh. All right, deep jump in, good tech from Koji.
And another whip punish with the 5M. All right, Kojicoco, despite getting put on the back foot right away in that first round, able to clutch it out.
All right, nice, starting off low. Very quick round start here for Koji, push back to the corner. GG out there, gonna get caught, and denies that forward momentum here, has to walk it back. Nice. Guest Pants coming through, will strike this time.
Yeah, uses the medium to change up the timing. Caught Koji dodging just a little too often.
Ooh, what's up, dog? All right, nice. Oh, too far away for the BC, though.
Koji trying to hold the corner here. Yeah, being non-committal, you see these dodge cancels rather than the special cancels because he's not leaving the opportunity for a roll to set up a punish.
Exactly.
Another hard knockdown situation. Guess for the round, put himself in the corner.
Koji calling out the reversal. Does BC steal the turn? Yes. Little nasty schmicks right there in the corner. See Koji pushing through. Round start for Lewis, trying to press the offensive. Nice, and again, the charge guest pens. Gonna find the opening against Koji.
Yeah, trying to use Koji's great reactions against him.
Yeah. Ooh. Nice challenge
Oh,
there.
no. Okay, got away with it.
Certainly expected a guest pen's ultimate. Trying to close the gap there. Koji with an early spot
Again,
dodge.
the way downtown dive kick, exactly how game one opened. Lewis letting it rip from an awkward angle, and Koji tried to challenge it at the last moment and ended up getting counter hit.
All right, nice with the low, far end, but still going to get challenged out.
And again, using the medium Gaspent to abuse the young man's reactions.
How many times are we going to strike with that charge guest pens?
Finds the 2M. That's going to have just enough hit stun to get the GG combo. Yeah, GG not available, though, because he had used the heavy version. No timer available. Instead, has to let the SBA rip. And a little bit of a miscue there from Koji. Going to turn into a perfect for Lewis Ferdinand. We're at 1 apiece.
Ponder upon thine orb. Remember, I am the Ferry player. You are just new. Are you a LARPer, as the kids like to say?
And we are still sort of seeing that, actually, in this matchup with things like that medium Gaspent that is, you know, giving Koji so much trouble. We haven't even seen that really attempted by Koji to just try and do it back.
All right, nice check here. Jockeying for position. I love the
Oh,
no!
Yeah, this character has always had air superiority with that JH from the swing. It's been such a good jump in for so many years at this point. Finds the dodge into the punish. Gonna get some corner carry here. GG is out. Good avoidance of GG by Lewis Ferdinand here. Still in the corner, though, trying to fight out. No cancel on the hit.
Look at all these whip punishes that Lewis has been getting, but now opens up with the 2L, does Kojicoco.
I think we're going to build the SBA. Are we going to spend it?
Do we?
Yeah, finishes in the 5U just to really top off that 100-meter. Great meter building tool. Side switch this time for Lewis Ferdinand. Doesn't want to spend that last crystal.
You just walk it down. I mean, you have a life lead. 35 seconds left on the clock. Oh,
great meter advantage, yeah. Good navigation so far by Lewis Ferdinand, though. Staying alive is actually slightly taking the life lead, but sniped out with the heavy Gaspent.
All right, good patience for Kojicoco. All right, nice. Tries to actually punish the low swipe here with a dive kick.
Now we're starting to see a little bit more variance of tactics here from Kojicoco. Maybe being like, oh, is that how that works? I see. Thank you, Sensei.
Are you just taking turns? I mean, it's reasonable because you're ahead in health, so you can still keep chipping away. On the side of Koji, finally getting a significant combo. Uh-oh. Man, you're So lucky that GG did not activate a hit.
Again, we've seen that same, I don't know if it's just kind of letting it rip, bit of a misconfirm there, but that's an expensive 50-meter in this situation, but scary whiff there from Koji, able to get away with it. Still has a massive resource and life lead.
Ult Gus Pence, ult GG to lock you down, and now it's
yeah,
Chip.
is an issue. If he finds any block string in a 5U.
I saw the jump in. It's crazy that I'm seeing a Ferry mirror today. So I did my polls because there was a new character released in Granblue main game, and I just unlocked Ferry in my party for the first time.
Yeah, you just Ferry everywhere you look.
It was foretelling.
Oh, great empty jump, baiting out the light up dog. Gonna find a punish.
Oh, yeah, but a punish of our own with this anti-air. Nice counter hit.
And a good check, yeah. Little too many frames spent on the side switch, trying to buy back in with the dash. Good recognition by Koji there on the mash out.
Not backing off. Slow build on the meter.
Nice backdash there with the GG activation. Relatively conservative pokes by both players, but again, Luis Ferdinand kind of letting that 2-1-4U buffer rip a few times here. And now we have this same situation. Even though the life is kind of even, Koji has such a resource advantage.
Got BC away. Nice dash up. Jeez, Koji, unfortunately going to be even up in terms of health. The disadvantage being backed in this corner, but look at all the resources
nice
that Koji has until it's interrupted by Luis.
Good blocking the instant overhead.
Nice.
BC's him back into the corner. Good patience here by Luis Ferdinand, waiting his turn. Rewarded for it. Gonna take the round here.
Okay.
Battle 2.
Round up is Luis Ferdinand. Clash, and that's great.
What a great
Excellent.
clash cancel.
Exactly.
Yeah, high priority multi-hitting move. Probably would have punished a dodge as well because of the active frames.
Denies a throw, which a lot of players do. Really kind of go for throw after clash. Fastest option. All right, good just guard, building up those resources. Koji pulls it back in. 1, 2, 3, up dog. And nice BC.
Yeah, getting the extended hurt box. Similar health meter situation for both players here. Next hit's going to be very important, and Luis Ferdinand able to find it with the empty jump. Not going to be enough to finish out here, but he is going to have Oki available. What's the mix? Block on the instant overhead. Disengages and able to find the 2M to even up the game count at 2-2.
What an insane set. The Evo champ on CEO stage.
All the pressure right now on Luis, though, right? You're fighting the mirror match against someone who just picked up the character, someone who's already qualified, as you mentioned, 2-time Evo champ. Luis Ferdinand, though, not deterred.
I can't imagine the emotions that you'd run through if somebody who just picked up the character recently that you've been playing since the life of Rising.
Yeah, that's me getting smoked by Artorias.
All right, alt back special, deny with the BC.
Yeah.
GG's out there, good block at the overhead.
Good timing on the BC, waited just long enough to ensure the counter hit there.
Nice.
All right, Kojicoco returning to set point here.
All right, substantial lead for that round. Looking very comfortable on the side of Kojicoco. But does Luis have something to
just
answer?
caught
Nice.
raw, though, with the 236H.
Ooh, denies the up dog. What an angle on that jump in. Yep. The heavy connected once more.
Everything working out for Luis right now.
Sure is.
A lot of meter available as well. Has the bust out option if he needs it.
All right, GG to lock down the instant overhead with the JL. Put you back into the corner for the side swap.
Yeah, Koji probably going to need 2 more hits here still, though.
Whoa.
Oh, Brave just walking up with the grab.
That's
Goes
a
low
cautious
this
walk
time.
up.
Good defense here from Luis Ferdinand so far.
Ponder
Are we going to
upon my
throw it
orb.
right back? No, we get the punish.
No
yeah.
way, no way, no way.
But the other ball is
It
out.
will
Does he
clash.
clear it?
So
He
smart.
does clear the orb, but not able to continue the combo. Luis Ferdinand getting another chance to live, and because he had popped his first, he does have the meter advantage right now. Good spacing on the dive kick.
That was insane layers come from Kojicoco. Oh man, the far medium. Gas Pence, Coco.
Yeah, both players jockeying for the first ult here. It's going to be Luis Ferdinand who finds it. Blocks the Brave counter, but the connection for Koji, able to seal the deal. Going to be moving on 3-2 on the loser side.
Kojicoco never ceases to amaze with the game plan, the quick reactions and call out. I can't believe we thought that many steps ahead.
We're going to be continuing on the loser side with yet another ridiculous match. Zane and Monarch, this could easily be grand finals at any other weekend. But here we are in the losers quarterfinals. This is a 5th place match. And again, both of these players just kind of right on the edge of those points. Getting into that top 3, top 4 is so important for both of these players right now.
I got to double check the history. Isn't this a run back from Frosty like 2 years ago?
I think so, yes.
The same position, yet a whole new arena and honestly warmer weather. So that's a big difference. But yeah, Zane going to be pulling up this Grimnir, going to be seeing the Metera, of course. An interesting matchup because this seems like a tricky space to navigate for Grimnir against Metera. She has so much control of the screen space in terms of anti-air opportunities, or at least stopping the forward approach. Gale Dash is going to be a little tricky, especially if you sit in that sweet zone where you can call out Grimnir making that approach.
Yeah, that said, I do think we should point out that Grimnir actually has a very competent zoning game himself. It's not the primary way that you see him played, but the whirlwind projectiles are actually very good and very flexible in how they can be used. And he does have the mobility to approach at different angles. And one of the hardest parts of playing the very good zoners in this game, such as Metera and Ferry, is you have to pick the correct anti-air for the correct angle. And if you're wrong with Metera health and Grimnir damage, a lot can go wrong in a very short amount of time. Also, shout-outs here. I had recommended it yesterday. We're at CEO. We should be picking the Ladiva stage. We should be in the ring.
Thank you for the proper stage selection. Some individuals of class.
Metera able to find the hard cam here.
That's the beautiful thing about Granblue. If you don't want us in the ring, that's fine. We can bring the ring to us. We got it pre-built. You don't have to travel with the ring.
That's the boy. He uses the SPF stuff, right? He knows how to take care of his skin. Important it.
Pretty well moisturized, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
And here we go. Oh, nice roll at round start even.
Yeah, and actually from just far away, keep in mind, if you're too close, those low shots actually beat roll. So kind of a risky gambit for Zane at round start, but did work out, and that's what you're talking about. Again, the anti-options that are available for Metera are very good, but Monarch had to make a pretty quick decision on which one to use with the rain there.
Yeah. All right, 5L. Showstopper button, dash light. Not going to open anything, though. Nice. Oh, my
And
goodness.
the side switch right back into the corner.
That was insane. How did you still get the old butterfly with that angle?
And the punish on the dodge. Can't dodge the ult in that situation. You got to block it out and try to take your turn after in some way. But so hard to find that opportunity in the corner, especially when you're low on resources. And if you do spend your resources to bust out with the DP here on Grimnir, you don't have them available to apply the offense that you're going to need to put Metera away.
Indeed, well played here at the round start. Nice little roll to get out of the corner. All right, Zane cautious to use his Gale dashes. Only when we can be absolutely sure.
And what a call out with the 2H. Finds the correct angle. Keep in mind, if you press like 1H instead, that comes out at a completely different angle.
Right.
He had to not only choose the correct button, but the correct version of the button. And Monarch with a pretty quick game 1 here.
The death whale, yeah.
That gets me every time.
Battle 1. Engage.
Okay, here we go in game number 2.
And again, those projectiles from Grimnir, they are actually very competent. You see it actually just going clear through, getting the knockdown early on. Able to get the seals, but pushed very far away from them. Oh, no.
Yeah, Zane was trying to position themselves in a way where they could avoid the explosion. Wasn't quite there, a little too early on the dodge.
Already in a pretty tough position here. Monarch content to just hold the corner, collect his chip, and with the slight refunds coming out of the ults, well, still has a good amount of, and again, that's what I'm talking about. So that was the 1U in that situation to get the more vertical anti-air because the 2U would have whipped. Monarch,
That was...
Yeah, 3 for 3 on just clutch anti-air decisions.
Exactly, and that's the type of player Monarch is so calculated and just precise with the set play that Metera is putting out here.
Yeah, in a game where you're going to find so many people who are very talented at applying offense, you're not going to find it as many who are so good at playing defense as Monarch.
Exactly. All right, the blocks. The Gale Dash. What a needle threading.
Another good extension here. With the last seal, we're going to be able to place him for Oki, but a little bit of a miscue at the end of the combo, and not able to get the Oki that he was looking for. Monarch taking advantage, pushing back to the other corner with a little bit of stagger pressure here. Baits out the old DP. I believe this is going to be the... No.
Interesting. We could have gone the distance there, potentially gotten the kill.
Yeah, the old area there actually beating out the old projectile from... And again... Okay.
We take those trades.
Yeah, actually, I think for both players there, but Zane, unfortunately, not with the health to take too much more. Monarch with another game on the board. We're looking at 2-0 right now in his favor.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
All right, good roll. Butterfly call out.
Yeah, Zane able to consistently get the seals out early in the round, but has not really been able to get a lot out of them and just pin down on the other side of the screen away from them now.
Dash light, keep you locked in. Actually aware of the roll this time. He's going to go for the grab, but able to be tech. We're still in the recovery.
Just enough meter available for Monarch to spend another ult here. Going to pin him down with the ult shot.
Yep, really trying to knock at the door. What a dodge.
Yeah, Zane found the counter poke, but has not really found the exit. Ooh, looking for the Brave counter. Came out as Raging Strike. Could have been punished worse for it than he was.
Oh, Butterfly, keep it locked down, still chipping away.
Yeah, 1-5H will probably do it here. Zane has to be so careful. And again, the 1H. Monarch just finding the correct anti-air so consistently, making it so hard for Zane to approach.
And the other problem was Zane had no resources to really fight back out with an ultimate skill. We were trying to go for just guards to build up the meter, but man, again, Monarch anti-airs.
Nice placement with the 2U, but unfortunately it was towards the tip, and a very unique sweep for Grimnir. It will knock down like a normal sweep close up, but not at the tip.
All right, there's our heavy.
Trying to even just back away to get seals out and clipped there. Yeah, gonna get the corner here. Zane has to make something happen with this mix-up though. I think he's gonna not spend in order to keep the SBA on deck, yeah.
Very airtight. What
Big
a 2H.
This is what he needed. Should be able to get the round here with the Grimnir damage.
All right, some momentum change that we need here. Monarch threatens match point, but
yeah, Zane was facing the potential of 6 straight rounds there. Able to get one on the board. Got a long road to go though.
Look at Spodge. Slide with the 2U.
Yeah, this time in range to get the knockdown from it. Backing off it again, I think that this is not working in Grimnir's favor. I know that you want to get the seals out as much as possible. That said, he's giving up so much space just to attempt to get them placed that he's putting himself in the corner.
Yep, still keeping him right in front of that ultimate butterfly, so there's no room for escape. Nice launch here.
Another 50 available for Monarch. Yeah, just takes the roll. I like that.
Good triple attack with the launch.
Yeah, Zane actually in a pretty good spot right here, though. One touch for the round. Has the seals available. What's the mix? And he goes low.
And plenty of meter on Zane's side. Should be able to finish this with an SSBA.
All right, Zane staving off elimination here for at least one more game, making it 2-1.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
I mean, if there's one thing we can change up here, it's unfortunately like we have to be careful on our aerial approach, which is kind of Grimnir's thing.
Yeah, actually, I will say something that was pretty consistent about the 2 rounds that he won in that last game really was that he stayed on the ground, found those knockdowns off of the sweep, and didn't get anti-aired into a fat combo. Unfortunately, Zephyr also is a pretty good starter here.
Yeah.
Monarch not going to build enough for the SBA, content to just pin him down. Probably going to see the butterflies coming out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zane caught low and straight back to the elimination threat right now.
Yeah, mistimed on the defensive option there as we get into this with Monarch taking that lead. Staying grounded has been the plan. Monarch's accuracy with anti-airs has been 2 on point, which then denies you of using seals correctly until you get a strike. Right, watch it dancing around that butterfly. Nice EX
Zane just trying to get back to his seals to even use them. I'm actually really surprised the higher ult shot actually reached low enough to catch the sweep. And again, not able to get the full conversion, but Zane just unable to find an aerial approach that works against Monarch because Monarch is too consistent on the anti-air decisions.
And it's also missing some of these spot dodges here, really trying to find a rhythm against Monarch, who is varying these shots drastically throughout the set, ult for ult's sake.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Metera's ult not going to lose a lot of those exchanges. Monarch taking it 3-1. Great showing for Zane, though. As we mentioned, you know, this has not been his primary focus for the last several weeks going into this, and still just an incredible showing here in such a stacked tournament, going home in 5th place. Give it up for Zane, guys.
Yes, let's give it up for Zane. What a stellar performance this weekend. A couple top 8s to his name.
Yeah, man, must be nice to be good. You know, I maybe not. You know, my neck is never stressed out from the weight of the metals.
Right,
you know, my shoulders feel good. It must, you don't have all that metal weighing you down.
Exactly.
I'm taking the easy road.
Yeah, it's going to be way easier to travel through TSA. You know, they're not going to ping me for
metal
that.
alarms not going off. Yeah. You know, who wants to deal with that kind of stress?
Who wants to deal with that type of, and people want to talk to you all the time and just say, wow, you're so good at what you do. Like, that'd just be.
Yeah, getting the carpal tunnel from signing autographs. Hate to see it.
Yeah.
Up next, though, we are going to move on to the other losers quarterfinals. We're going to have Vermillion against Kojicoco. This is actually a really important match for Vermillion. You know, someone who we've seen, obviously, probably the best. I'm not even going to say probably. Vermillion's the best 2B in North America. And not quite finding that, like, big bust out. We have so many of these players who are indisputably just great representatives of their characters. You know, the best of the best, but just not finding that one big win just yet. And we have the opportunity available here with this qualifying spot, and even with the 300 points that are available for 2nd place, and with Koji still in the mix, there's the potential for a spot to even be passed down to a 2nd place competitor. But Vermillion isn't going to have that available. He needs to go through the champ, not around the champ.
Yes, indeed. I mean, that's just testament to the skill level of all the competitors here in the Granblue community. I mean, we are talking some of the strongest players consistently within the top 192 range and onward. Like, that is how consistent these players are.
Yeah, and the game really is in the prime of its life, right? Everything that we need to know, at least for this version of the game until next month, is kind of figured out, and people are just playing on their skill and on their knowledge. There's not going to be a whole lot of, like, hidden tech. There's not a lot to say for nationals.
Right.
It's just down to your placements, your timings, and your decisions. Going to get into our button
come out on
check
top
here.
as a better player, right? And that's really been interesting to look at the story of Kojicoco, right? Who has been exploring other games, wants to become a stronger fighting game player. And you could really see that in his last performance at EVO, right? Of just really locking it down to the neutral, really standing out amongst those competitors throughout that top 8 run, was very dominant in that neutral space, especially with the Beatrix.
Yeah, but we have another character on deck right now. I believe we are going to see this Ferry for the entire run.
Supers are locked in and everything is working. As we get down to our last top 6 match to determine the top 4.
Yeah, this is a matchup you don't see a whole ton, just because of there's surprisingly not a ton of representation of 2B.
Yeah.
A character that I think the people who play her do love her.
Right.
The opinion of the character from everybody else is a little bit different. But this is a character who does have some options for zoning Ferry back, actually. Very similar tools to Ferry's whips. And able to close in. If you can find the grapple into the close in, at the very least, you're probably forcing a Brave counter out of Ferry and getting those crystals out. So we're going to see if Vermillion is able to find some spots to counter zone or to approach with the double jump through the air.
Yeah.
A lot of options available, and for Koji's side, there are so many moves to scout for 2B. That's what makes fighting characters so hard.
That's something so interesting to bring up. You're right, like they are fairly similar in terms of how they approach a matchup in a zoning space. 2B having that almost instantaneous pod B, which we just saw here, snipe things out, kind of interrupt against the guest pens.
Great whip punish, though, on the 2M by Koji.
Nice with the JM.
And this is what Ferry does not have.
No.
Able to use the 6U cancel into the 2L, try to approach. Vermillion going to get hit into the corner here. Has super available, but I think we're going to hold on to that for Oki for now.
Stagger with those
Great
2Ls.
link. Yeah, no spend just yet.
Ooh, missile spot dodge on the beam. Up dog, get away from me, please. I need some breathing room.
Yeah, straight back into the corner. I like that.
Stagger 2L, heavy series.
Yeah, again, though, not a very high damage character. Going to need another hit here. Neither of these characters really, for as commanding as they are in neutral, we don't see the explosive damage that we see out of a lot of rest of the cast.
At BC, blocked
And
Vermillion
again, the
low.
2M. Vermillion trying to counterpoke because the big difference between Ferry and Metera is Ferry does extend her boxes on her normals, especially on her crouching normals. Her standing normals did get a buff to extend the hurt box a little bit later and a little bit shorter.
Right.
But trying to counterpoke her 2M with yours is still risky business.
All right, back special here with the 2U conversion. Vermillion trying to build up some of that skill gauge. Nice 2M, keep things locked. But look at these just guards coming from Kojicoco.
Yeah, topping off a little bit of meter, getting that ult TP available if needed. Doesn't use it for the anti-air. We actually haven't seen a lot of anti-air so far in this set from Kojicoco.
Yeah.
Again, that is the hardest part of playing Ferry.
Jeez.
Finds the 5H, that should do it.
5H is always so misleading. You feel like you're within a safe range to try to challenge, and yet still 2B is yet another step away before he can challenge.
Yeah, actually talking to Vermillion earlier today about that very move. You know, you try to move forward to get a little bit of space out of the corner, maybe do a walk block, and that covers so much ground, and it's a little bit deceptively fast.
Yeah.
Nice back throw incident, going to be put in the corner, goes low. The stagger low is able to open up at Vermillion here.
All right, with the heavy, knock it down. No GG set up yet.
Finds the back throw.
Oh, dog. Get away from me, no throw.
Yeah, no delay either. That was just a straight up reversal. Kojicoco with the bust out, but again, we aren't seeing a lot of anti-airs out of Koji out. Wondering if Vermillion's going to continue to approach to the air here. We have enough. Yeah, great use of the Raging Strike again, even without Raging Chain, compared to a lot of special enders. Because of the low minimum scaling, Raging Strike is actually a very good combo ender in situations where it'll kill.
All right, there's that medium series. Nice guess pen, so we go from the GG setup. Jeez, nice interrupt on the pod B, actually. Was able to still continue the approach, and Koji now in control. No skill gauge, basically, on the side of Vermillion, so this is all Kojicoco's turn.
Yeah, and Vermillion does have the meter to reversal out. Going to attempt it, not going to be correct. Koji should be taking the round here.
Yeah. Ponder thine orb.
All right, Kojicoco with another round on the board. Vermillion trying to get back to how he got started in that first round, but I think he's trying to counterpoke a little hard, and Kojicoco is just timing his strikes very well to not get hit in that situation. But again, we see the backdash. Great use of that massive 2H. What a block on the other side by Koji, though.
Yeah.
You know, it worked out. He was trying to swing out of the corner, got anti-aired, but the block on the cross-up ended up getting him out anyways.
Nice. Got the low knockdown. Yeah,
Good
Vermillion.
poke. That's what he was been looking for with the 2M.
Off that quick crumble to close the gap. Rebuild a little skill gauge here. Gauntlet has been thrown.
Meter available for Koji. Do have to respect the DP.
All right, nice.
Oh, and the dive kick. Koji working back to mid-screen. Still at a bit of a disadvantage here.
Watch the mediums. Nice low swipe. All right, look at this. Koji really trying to turn around this
What's
this
the OK?
game.
We're going for the overhead. We are. Catches Vermillion with the rising JL, and it's enough to close out the game.
Yes.
Koji taking a 2-0 lead here.
Believe in victory.
All right, looking comfortable. It's certainly a nail biter in some of those scenarios here. Vermillion threatening at least a game, but Koji's still able to turn it around. Back against the wall. Vermillion's in control.
Yeah, good situation. A lot of skill available.
Oh, what a dive. Attempted to throw, but Koji too quick on the reaction.
There's
Nice.
the anti-air. That's what we had not been seeing out of Koji, and the full conversion on deck into the hard knockdown.
Launch it. Trying to push back into the GG. What a back skill. A little overzealous with the ultimate beam. All right, nice with the
Nice
5L.
counterpoke, yeah. That is how you want to try to navigate those auto combos from 2B. If the first hit whiffs, she does extend a hurt box pretty early on the second hit. You're able to counterpoke it.
All right, with the crown, nice spot dodge on the wire.
And the
Ooh.
5H stopping Vermillion in his tracks. Kojicoco moving on to set point here.
No more 5L for good measure.
Battle 2.
Again, such a dominant performance from Kojicoco.
And Koji actually with the aggressive start, whipping a dash light there, punished into the corner. Second hit here found for Vermillion, but again, 2B not the highest damaging character. Didn't really build a whole lot of meter yet either, not even going to have an SVA on hit if he gets a full combo here.
Whoa. Quite the check here from Koji. Chain. Goes for the GG
And
setup.
again, the overhead.
Right.
Good
back.
old rock.
All right, goes for the close heavy. Not going to work out, but
Got to get the
look
counter
at
hit
that wall
bounce here. Yeah, good conversion. Are we going to spend the SVA? No, we're going to actually do the ult for the hard knockdown, get the GG down, and this time goes for the low. That should seal it. Kojicoco moving on to the loser semifinals. Vermillion out at 5th place, but another great showing for him in this stack tournament.
And that's just going to show you how oppressive Ferry can be in those corner situations against a character like 2B. We called earlier, just has no reversal opportunity outside of spending cash on it. So that is a tough matchup, and you have to be immaculate at your neutral approach against the character.
Yeah, slower normals as well, and Koji doing a good job of backdashing to create space, finding the counter pokes on the auto combos, and trusting in the mix, not overextending, spending the SVA, leaving a situation where you're out of resources and the other person has 100 meter, just spending the ult, taking the knockdown, going low, finding the mix, closing out the round. So we are going to move back to the winner's side, and we're going to have Nyantic against BSG. This is big match for both players, trying to get to that grand finals to really have that chance at the auto qualifying spot, or at least at the 300 points for second place, which is a massive amount. Currently the highest on the leaderboard, I believe, is Gamera with 400 something last I checked.
So.
Maybe a slightly bit more at this point. 300 will definitely put you smack into the middle of the board though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good run for these competitors here. Again, Gamera, so he got the 480 mark. BSG would certainly prefer the invites for sure, and I wonder if we get that historic run once again. We're talking about a player who has been in this position time and time again, but has not been able to consistently close out. The one thing that remained true, BSG is definitely a top 3 competitor.
Yes.
And what about the top 1 position?
Yeah, certainly. And we saw that last year, right? As you said, once the invite doesn't want to rely on the points, because last year coming just a frame or two short of the points needed at Frosty Fostings to qualify.
Yeah. So this time around, sitting pretty strong in positioning, again at the 16th slot right now, still at 180 points, breaking out of that 80s club in the Boston Blue.
Yeah, it makes this match in particular so important for BSG, because even that second place will put him directly at the top of the leaderboard.
All right, getting warmed up here. Sandalphon potentially.
Yeah, I actually would not be surprised if this is the pick that we see, especially when he is able to get into elemental states, having access to a little bit more multi-hit moves.
I'm definitely a fan of Private Sassy Legs for sure. Like, I love seeing Sandalphon play come out, especially with the potential that they've added with his element changes. We talked a little bit about the water being, seemed to be the favorite for Nyantic when he was on the stream as well. So
yeah, and I doubt we would see it, but okay.
Yeah. No, you're not.
Are we looking at the rat?
No, you're not. No, you're not. Even BSG is like, no, you're not.
Nyantic possibly feeling a little cheesy.
I didn't think so. Don't do this to me.
All right, looks like we're going to lock into the Beatrix here instead.
All right. Let's go for the try to troopy. Are you kidding me? You're not fidgeties.
I think so, right? If you're going to be fighting a character the strength of Vaseraga, piloted by a player the strength of BSG, picking a top tier, pretty good idea.
Versus Vaseraga.
That said,
for a moment, I thought you were going to allude, yes, she is top tier. Vicola, top tier. I was like, Callisto, let's get you to bed, old man. Let's get you to bed.
no, not at all. I am talking about the one on the screen.
Yes, Beatrix, of course.
Beatrix. That said, the importance of getting started early for Beatrix matters, because she doesn't necessarily have the quick multi-hitting options to break through armor. Gonna need to try to pin down Vaseraga as fast as she can. Push to the corner.
Right,
yeah, you can see the approach here.
Yeah. Wants to deny the Soul Forge attempt if BSG wanted to threaten that, which is very unlikely. We know the threat range of Ride Free. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, again, great recognition. That's the problem, is while there are multi-hitting options available for Beatrix, it's not a bunch of hits very quickly. They're a little bit more spaced out, allowing BSG the time to react into the anchor drop.
Nice spodge. Toss.
Light
Oh
command
my
grab, so it's
goodness.
available again. Yeah, not using the heavy to keep the timer available.
Exactly. Delta clock. I mean, there's so much health on the side of Vaseraga. It's not a big deal.
Oh, and finds the back throw.
I mean, what are you going to do about
Yeah.
it? I got the stomps.
Tough situation here for Nyantic. I think Nyantic was able to get started with what he was looking for, but just a little bit of overextension. Both players actually opening this round with the heavy fireballs, trying to power through the other's move.
Good tech. Italian Fear to push back to the mid screen.
Yeah, caught unarmored tackles actually catching Nyantic unaware twice, and one of the benefits of having a native unmetered DP is the ability to reaction punish tackles in that situation.
Right.
Especially when the armor's not on deck.
Good
Yeah.
swipe low. Distinction. Couple more.
Gets the knockdown here, but again, so much health on the side of Vaseraga. Such a long way to go for Nyantic.
Oh my goodness, what a JM. Delta clock the corner. Bring it down.
I think we should spend this for the crystals right
Yeah.
away, yeah. Not only to get the Brave counter off the table, but also for the 25% damage boost here, because now really any touch into Raging Strike should be an easy B&B for Nyantic.
Watch it.
But a
You
back
gotta-
throw coming out of BSG, pinning Nyantic down into the corner, and there's the BC bait with the armor.
The audacity of Nyantic to stand stoic, holding block against Vaseraga with a 100-meter. You were alt command grab away from death, and yet you said, I'm going to stand right in front of it.
Again, we talk about, the impending changes in 2.6. One of those being the inability to bait Brave counter with parries and armor. That's going to be a very big
that was
change.
huge.
So you need to take advantage of it while it's there. This is the weekend to be getting those BC baits in. But we are going to see a change to Nyantic, the character he was originally known for, this Djeeta.
Right.
And I know there are some Djeeta down players back in the day, but especially with a slow hulking character like Vaseraga, the speed of Djeeta can put in a lot of work. The corner carry as well.
It's crazy we had Djeeta down players at Gamera still played Djeeta for how long? All right, nice.
Great neutral jump, gonna get the punish here. I like this, spending the DP because you do need the Rekka available to get a combo here in the corner.
There we go. Piling on the damage, just outside 100 SPA.
Yeah, didn't quite get the full level 1 stock on the 5U either, so it doesn't really have that throw bait available. Great reaction to the ult though, and Nyantic. This change working out so far with a quick round on the board with the Djeeta.
Yeah, a little more reliable corner carry, I guess, off Djeeta. But even still, Beatrix, same idea. Just that comfort, I guess, into this character.
The fireball game as well, though, a little bit
that's
better. Potentially able to stop Vaseraga from stocking up as easily.
All right, shoulder check. What a 5-0. Pushing away with the Rekka series. Back in the corner, late tech. BC out.
Yeah, good recognition. That was a plus on block space, so BSG was definitely going to take that turn.
Oh.
And the whip punish on the grab. Are we going to spend this SBA right now? Create one crystal situation here. Safe jump available as well. Gonna just stay on the ground, and the throw bait works out. Nyantic getting the game on the board very quickly with the Djeeta. So far, the counter pick working out.
How many throw attempts was that went off the wayside? I don't think BSG caught a single throw in that game.
Yeah, not someone who typically gets baited like that, but that's what I was talking to, the movement speed of Djeeta. She is on you in a hurry, and you are forced to make a decision much faster than you are in some against other characters in similar situations. Stagger pressure with the lights here, pinning down with the heavy fireball to push to the corner.
Cool. All right, nice with the 2L.
Yeah, doesn't get the full conversion though.
Uh-oh. Old fireball pushing back, but yeah, the challenge from BSG with the launcher up the dash heavy.
Yeah, getting out of this corner. You definitely don't want to be cornered by Djeeta, especially when she has 50 meter, with that old fireball still being one of the best throw baits in the game.
All right, let's get stocked up here from Soul Forge. BC away. Oh.
Had a good catch on the backdash, but wasn't ready for the Rekka conversion.
Oh, nice. Actually pick up off the wall thanks to Battalion of Fear. Ultimate Edition. Here we go. Round up is BSG.
Battle 2. Engage.
Nice swipe for medium here. Another one.
Yeah, Nyantic using these charged fireballs very often, but they don't travel as far, creating a situation where BSG is kind of holding his ground and not even really dealing with it.
Get the threat. Another one. Just right back into it. Of the EX version off the wall. Big damage for BSG.
Nyantic trying to push his way out of the corner. The pushback on the M follow-up.
Oh, light swipe. That's a game 2 for BSG.
Yeah, good adjustment so far by BSG.
Less throw.
Yeah. And one way to not get throw baited in the corner is to not be in the corner, holding his ground in neutral a little bit more and finding the bust outs in the corner than he needed to work back when he got put in. Nyantic now hovering on the sandal phone where we see a third character in this set. No, looks like we're locking back into the Djeeta. However, down 2-1. This was the last opportunity to change characters for Nyantic, so we are locked into the Djeeta for the remainder of this winners final.
I'm not surprised to see the stay on Djeeta. Sandalphon, despite being a pretty excellent, decent Shoto, doesn't quite have the damage output that Djeeta has. Can do it on a light stance, but like Djeeta, a little more consistent in lockdown, especially with that ultimate fireball.
I do think the movement, too, is really the key, and that's why the Beatrix maybe was the A side of the coin, but you need a character who can get into Vaseraga's face and bully him before he has resources. Take advantage of his slow buttons.
The swipe goes a little bit of Rekka style.
Sneaking in a Soul Forge there.
Oh, no!
Yeah. Tried to call out the button press after, and one of the first times that BSG has ever just shown block after whipping the light follow-up. There's that old fireball we were talking about. Great at stuffing both delay button presses and throws.
All right.
SBA will be available. I think we're going to hold it for now, though. Yeah, but again, these charges on the 5U. Nyantic is charging the 5U to set up the meaty there, but not quite getting to level 1, which doesn't give the tool of the 5U throw bait. That's very important in these situations for Djeeta, especially when we've seen him take that game almost entirely off of throw baits.
Oh my goodness, what a deep jump in from Nyantic. SSBA on deck. We go for the launch. We're definitely stripping these brave points.
Yeah, we're going to spend this, get rid of those 2 crystals. BSG going to be a little bit shy of SSBA here as well.
Right, not too far off here. BSG just needs one significant strike.
Not even a significant one, really. Anything into ult and Extinction will do the job. And the ult command grab, that does get some of the meter out, but there's the ult Extinction. Yeah, the other 50 available. Unfortunately, there isn't really an answer available, you know, for most characters to that move that isn't respect the move. You have to pay attention to the meter. You have to know that it's available and just wait until it's out.
100%. Run up with the 2L. The stare down, and yes, BSG will come out on top because the Soul Forge. Command grab does get dodged.
Going to be a little too far for the pickup.
Staggers. BSG not opening up. It's one of those moments, right? We're on the cusp of victory, one step away from Winterside Grand Finals. Pressure can only be immense. Tries to be one throw.
Found the dodge, but again, the clutch back throw from BSG reversing the situation.
Swipe still
this time again, yeah. So BSG is actually showing block after whipping the light follow-up, not taking advantage of the difficulty to react.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen that Nyantic is willing to call out that reverse and DP in those situations as well. So
good patience by Nyantic here so far.
A slow swipe.
Runs into the ult Extinction though, and yeah, this should seal the deal.
That will do. BSG secures a Winterside Grand Finals position here at CEO.
And while there are plenty of points still available to the other regions, guaranteeing himself either an auto qualification spot or the 300 spots to reach a tie at the top of the current leaderboard with Gamarraga, this has done wonders for BSG's potential to qualify.
100%, like a great position to be in, but still some killers down on the loser side here. We still got Kojicoco waiting works. We still have Monarch, and again, Nyantic probably wanting to run back. How will this story unfold? Who will rise to the occasion? Who will get that qualified invite to Granblue versus World Tour is yet to be found. But until then, let's take a small break. We'll be back with more action right after this.
Hang tight.
Welcome back, Skyfars. It's top 4 action here at CEO 2026. An auto-qualifying spot is on the line for the Granblue versus World Tour. BSG sitting in winners grand finals right now, looking to make yet another historic run at a major Granblue versus event. But we still have some competitors on the loser side of things to get through before we crown a champion.
Yeah, on your screen right now, we're going to have Kojicoco against Monarch. I mean, this would be grand finals. I think it has been, actually, at multiple events. But here we are in the loser semis. One of these two players is going home.
Yeah, I mean, of course, Evo, Champ, Kojicoco making a run with this Ferry, already qualified for the Granblue versus World Tour. Monarch looking to overcome this challenge, get some more points, and get one step closer to that qualification. And this is a rivalry in the Granblue community right here. We got Paragon versus Conmay, both running online tournaments, both having some options online in terms of online brackets. Definitely getting that qualifier out here, a 2-star event later on in the month of August. Check out on the side of Conmay.
Yeah, both of those teams actually, been for a while investing in the Granblue community, in players supporting them to get them to tournaments. So we're gonna have the zoner battle here. This can be a little bit difficult for Ferry. One of the biggest differences between these characters is, as I mentioned before, Ferry does extend hurt boxes on her moves when she puts them out. Metera, not so much. Pure projectiles. It's going to be difficult for Ferry to really poke her way, especially against the low shot. She can get that 2M over the other shots, but she really has to pick her normals well.
Oh, nice dash up with the 2L. And already Monarch trying to deny the zoning game.
And Koji moving forward quickly. It's actually a lot of dash button usage coming out of Ferry, more than you usually see for a character that's usually kind of posted up. Ooh. Monarch using the ult to get the advantage, but Koji using his to turn it straight back.
All right, nice spodge. Another shot low here.
Yeah, you can see that actually just creating a wall with the butterfly, trying to take advantage of Koji poking a box into it maybe.
Right.
Oh, with the 5U? We got 2027 anti-airs being shown. I don't think we're ready for that one yet.
Wait a minute, up dog for the corner.
And the dash light straight out of the GG.
I mean, it was a risky GG call, and Monarch made an excellent call out.
Gonna get the butterfly out. The ult butterfly sets, though, in neutral. That is something that Monarch is going to have to be careful with, because a reaction to blue with something like ult whip might, in fact, be able to punish that. Uh-oh. Anyone's around right now. Good dodge. Whoa! Oh, the handshake! No! Koji broke first with the attempted throw break, whiffs the throw. Monarch reacted in time to punish.
And you got to keep in mind, Monarch is an individual that is okay with taking a late tech, and that is okay with single button teching in those scenarios.
Finds the 2U for the knockdown. Oh, and the run up 5H?
Jeez,
we feel like that.
Counter hit. At least it wasn't a counter hit.
Good movement by Monarch, getting out of GG's range.
Nice.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The ability to counter poke, where Ferry can't necessarily do the same thing to Metera.
Okay, side to
Oh,
side
we're doing
we
the
go.
swag routes? Okay.
Ooh.
And very rare sighting of Monarch getting throw baited. Koji going to close out the round here.
That's Evo champion level stuff right there.
Battle 3.
All right. Final round of this first game. Already pretty explosive. Nice 2U. Watch it. Nice little roll.
Yeah, but caught on the back touch with the 2M, making it so the heavy whip didn't combo there. Ooh, that was a spooky dodge.
5L off the wayside, able to block in time.
Koji able to find a knockdown. Not able to find a lot of sustained offense so far, though.
Good roll.
Yeah, this is what he needs. Able to get a good knockdown, get GG out, corner positioning.
Interesting. Setting up this orb.
Oh, and Monarch actually tried to move out a little bit, maybe get a little bit of forward space. Good evasion here.
Really
and
good
escapes,
navigation.
the entire SBA. Snipes out of the air as well. No counter hit, but Right now, Monarch making a series of good plays. It's going to be a very damaging combo. Ult on deck as well, so we're going to see that butterfly coming straight back out.
Oh, yes, indeed. Locked it down with the rainfall. And just keeping you locked with these lights, hoping that Kojicoco will take a bite of some of this pressure. BC away. And it was maximum range too, so if you threatened BC there, it would have failed out.
And again, we see the counter poke with the 5M, putting that extra chunk of damage down. Monarch taking game 1 here.
Believe in victory.
Of course, Monarch more or less playing for his tour life right now. I mean, he is currently qualified, but towards the bottom of the 8.
Yeah.
Really needs to advance at least into that top 3 spot.
Yeah, don't want to have to worry about the rest of the world trying to overcome your score. Oh, nice low pokes.
Both players actually backing off with the backdash. Koji finding the poke first afterwards, though.
Ult for ult. What a shutdown. More stagger.
That's punishable, yes. Great recognition by Monarch with the 2M. Can't do that at that spacing.
Right, enough to get the kill here even. Well played from Monarch.
Yeah, a bit of a miscue from Koji there, costing the round. Monarch didn't even get to where he needed the SPA. That was actually a lot of damage for a Metera combo.
I thought for sure we just dial it in, an easy combo, get the super, but no, Monarch taking the extra mile. All right, nice roll. 5L to interrupt to make the approach. A deep run for 5H.
Yeah, we saw that earlier. This time Monarch not biting.
All right, good pressure here. Little spot dodge. We are just going tit for tat in terms of chipping away on this damage.
Great movement, gets out of the GG, doesn't have to hold the chip, but still has not found an exit from the corner here. Monarch trying to work his way out, gets 50 meter out of Koji, gets the butterfly down.
Yeah,
Non-committal
nice
though.
A little hit on that stray hurt box from Ferry, but Koji pulls in with the guest heads.
That's fine. If your Monarch actually getting that butterfly out was worth taking that hit from GG. Oh, barely recovered in time from the 2M. Clutch mash here from Monarch.
Watch at the medium.
Gotta watch out, yeah. Built the other 50.
Nice
Trying to find a spot to get it down. There it is.
Monarch's active defense coming out on point right now. Got the 5L for a bait. Still within the rainfall.
Both players exhausted their meter so far. We're playing pretty honest for the rest of this round with the life values that are remaining. Monarch getting close to the 50, though. That's going to build it. Can he get the butterfly down?
And
Chip
honestly,
is
the
an
chip.
issue, yes. And while Koji is so good at timing the dodge to get away from the rain there, unfortunately, you can't dodge forever.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Monarch was just barely ahead in life. So chipping away, trying to be very cautious was important. And in this matchup, I don't think we go to character select and go for Beatrix because honestly, I've been saying this time and time again. I feel like Metera is the anti-Beatrix character. That 5L is such a showstopper against Beatrix. There are a lot of great tools on her side, but man, Metera seems to outshine a little bit in those regards. But 5L, Monarch already going to push back to this corner once again.
No anti-air attempt because of the ability to change trajectory in the air with the dive kick, with the rope swings. Monarch not committing to those 2Hs. All finds the Zephyr jump in though. Gonna have the knockdown in the corner. Holding on to the ult here so far.
SBC late tech. Like I say, we take those. At this life lead, it's all right.
Yeah, especially with the meter that's available. Monarch just needs to make a bit of space to get the butterflies down. There it is. That's the little counter hit knockdown he needed.
Ooh.
And Koji, yeah, maybe tried to roll, but the low shot, you cannot roll at any range. The other low shots, the non-ults, you can roll further away from Metera, not up close, but the low shot ult hits low all across the screen.
Yeah, and we were committed to that run, so it would have had to been a full stop anyways. With the
Yeah,
roll
because
or
the
spot
dodge also would have died.
All right, nice.
Yeah, first anti-air trip that we've seen out of Monarch.
Shit, nice spot dodge.
Both of these players playing very low commitment right now. That counter hit knockdown, though, going in Monarch's favor first.
Good shot, 5L, big jump in. Nice with the 2L.
Monarch staggering. Maybe trying to get a BC to come out with his Raging Strike.
All right, let's pull it back in.
Koji not finding the side switch, though. Not a lot of space out of the corner. GG is holding that middle of the screen a little bit. But now we're going to be pushed on block straight back to the corner.
All right, nice with the dash light. Ooh, called out that spot dodge.
The counter hit knockdown for the regular low shot, doing a lot of work for Monarch so far in this set.
All right, pull it in. Ponder upon thine orb once again.
I think we should be able to close here with the Raging Strike Ender. Yeah, it doesn't even need it. The 5H is enough alone.
Yeah. And he altered the combo a little bit there. We saw earlier a drop after the second side swap. Go for the 2U instead and try to convert a little bit more.
Opening up with a sweep, trying to just catch an early knockdown, maybe get started. So far, it's been all Monarch at the start of the round, though. Found another hit, but reset to the throw was already committed to the tick throw.
All right, dive kick,
good patience.
Nice Stagger, nice. Finds an opening with the 5L. Ultimate shot.
Draws a big confirm, yeah. Gonna get the knockdown, medium GG out. No, he's actually gonna just move forward. I actually kind of like that. Take the positioning more than the Oki.
A couple aerial shots.
Oh, but the side switch and the counter hit. Tragic for Koji. Monarch. Not spending on the butterfly yet. Has the check. I believe this should close the round if he finishes the combo. That should do it.
Yeah.
Raw SBA, yes. All the damage he needed. Monarch going to be moving on to the losers final to face off against Nyantic.
Yeah,
go ahead, go.
Guarantees the top 3 position for Monarch. A good chunk of points available on the side of Monarch, but that does remove a little bit of a safety net there on the side of BSG in terms of qualification.
Yeah, of course, if Koji would have moved on to the grand finals, it just would have been an automatic pass down spot. BSG could have gotten second place, but now we're going to have to earn the qualification the hard way for anyone who's there.
All right, but Kojicoco, an excellent run. Let's give it up for Kojicoco.
Yeah, of course, maybe not the champion today, but still, in my opinion, the best rising player in the world. We're going to continue to see him throughout the tour, of course, at finals. Nyantic stepping up, though.
Yeah, Nyantic.
Yeah, Nyantic, I think, had great showing to even be in this position so far. Has had a great weekend so far. Definitely is going to want the run back against BSG. But Monarch, I mean, has been getting tighter and tighter as we go through, and he is that kind of player. The more he gets focused, the more he gets locked in. It's just becomes so difficult to approach. It's hard to approach from the ground, from the air, and even when you do get the advantage, his defense is so strong. We saw those, opportunities where Koji could have made something happen, and Monarch just made the correct play, found the side switch that he needed, converted it into the knockdown. Rest is history. So I'm actually curious what we are going to see out of Nyantic. I know you had mentioned you don't like the Beatrix Metera matchup. Historically, though, she has fared fairly well. I do think she has the mobility that a lot of characters have. She's going to have an easier time than, say, Djeeta for sure. Sandalphone, too, of course. I think he does have some competent zoning, some good normals. I don't think he has a great Metera matchup. So, that's the problem with having a stable of characters and not just having a main, is you really got to ponder who you're going to use for which matchup.
Yeah, again, despite that powerhouse from Beatrix and, me not really liking that matchup, I cannot deny the amount of movement potential that she does represent in that matchup. And the unfortunate thing is that Monarch is well aware of the options available to Beatrix and trying to close the gap. Certainly we'll try to deny those routes. I would imagine we'd like a better fireball opportunity here, so maybe you do go for Djeeta in the matchup. It's so straight. Yeah, I'm torn at what we see, but I imagine it's going to be a coin toss between Beatrix and Djeeta for this matchup here.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the 5L, being such a stop sign against so many characters, not just that, but you combine that with Monarch's willingness to not need too much per hit. He's willing to just put up the stop sign, take a little bit, put you back in the corner, put you back into the prime positioning for his zoning. He's not trying to extend. He's not wasting BC wasting Raging Chain, trying to maximize damage on every hit. He's fine to just keep putting that 5L out there.
And that's testament to, historically, if you check back these matches against Monarch, Monarch is usually one of the longer running sets out of every tournament. So not a problem. I mean, they're nail biters every single time, but that just goes to show the amount of patience that he has in each match.
Skybound out's confirmed. Buttons are set. Players are ready to go.
All right, let's see where the Skyfaring Adventure takes us. A Meg!
The Meg! Interesting.
Look, okay. I love the navigation from Meg. Dorsal. Oh. Nyantic, how could you?
Gamesmanship out of Nyantic. baiting the commentary desk at every possible turn.
It's fine. You didn't
Only
want
to
hear
go
what I had
back to
say.
Beatrix.
You didn't want to hear what I had to say. That's okay. All right, Beatrix it is. Playing with my heart in such a way. Yeah, if you would have gone the Meg, it would have been interesting, though, to see like the navigation of screen space with dorsal fin strike, but that's a character that I personally don't have a lot of belief in, but there are players who are better than me that have done an excellent job with the character in terms of neutral navigation, and Nyantic is certainly a player that can control the neutral.
Yeah,
with the
that
character like
said, there's not a lot that Meg offers that Beatrix does not. I do think it's best to just pick the strongest character that's available, you know, to fill that function.
Yeah, when we were getting that costume, the battlesuit costume with Beatrix is actually pretty cool. I don't know if you've seen it.
All right.
Yes, you do, Beatrix. Yes, you do.
What is going to be the opening play for both players? Monarch with the low shot. Nyantic was correct on the jump, but didn't really test with the jump in. So far, the stagger's working out, though. Opening up Monarch first, getting a chunk on the board.
Oh, nice
into the hard knockdown, yeah. There's the 5L, though. Challenges out, finds another hit right away, evening out the life lead pretty good. And we're in the other corner.
All right, trying to keep you
Oh, that was
Thunderbird
huge,
shut
yeah.
down,
Right before it could get off the ground. And again, Monarch content, he doesn't need the combo off of that. Getting that meter out of there, maintaining the positioning advantage, all he's really looking for.
Quite the ride free there to get out. Nyantic back against the wall once more. Good spodge on the Star Chaser. Another stack of the 5L. And look, knowing exactly when to pump the brakes. We talked about it earlier. Just knowing when it's your turn is such a critical skill to have.
I love that air shot to navigate past the fireball coming out of Beatrix. Good block so far by Nyantic, waiting his turn, but it's turned into a bit of a block string infinite. And because of the low health, spending the Raging Chain, pretty good proposition right now for Monarch. But there is the Delta Clock pop-up into the SSBA, and that is really the hard part when you're not maximizing the damage on Metera there. Being able to have Delta Clock available because you survived at SSBA changes so much for Beatrix.
I mean, yeah, Beatrix certainly needing fewer hits compared to Metera, so.
Good block on the overhead, but unfortunately, yeah.
Got the bird. Ooh, trying to bait the throw. Monarch not cracking. Jeez.
Monarch is still content to defend his way out, and again, stuffs Yo.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, off the medium ride free. It is throwable if you're ready. I was going to say, Nyantic is already practicing for the new mechanic.
Yeah. Oh, no. Tried to break out with the DP, though. Not going to be the correct read. Monarch with plenty of resources available to close this out. There's the SSBA. One round apiece in this first game. And so far, Nyantic's been the one getting the advantage early in every round so far.
Yeah.
And even though Monarch is finding his way out, I'm wondering if we see some more aggressive round starts coming up from Monarch.
Good run up throw. You might need to come from Monarch here. It's only game one, so still plenty of information to be downloaded here. Close heavy, nice trip attack block.
No anti-air attempt there from Monarch, kind of rare for him. And the 2M, that time he thought it was going to be an empty jump because it was such a late press from Nyantic.
And that'll be a round and the game. First game for Nyantic here. The aggression from Beatrix, very important in this match.
Yeah, so far Nyantic has gotten started first in all three of those rounds. So Monarch needs to find a way to get the advantage early on.
All right,
yeah, you can see there, right there, putting out the 5L just as a bit of a stop sign.
Like, do not ride free anymore. That's enough.
Nyantic, though, still finding the advantage first. Couple throws so far in the corner. About half health already gone.
All right, nice stagger with the lights. Deep JH.
Good recognition by Monarch there. There was a little bit spaced out on that jump, and Nyantic would have needed to give up his plus frames to dash in order to really get close. Oh, yeah, right now,
Star Chaser.
Yeah, the 5H is putting in so much work against these ults so far.
Yeah, and you have to remember, like, Beatrix puts her hurt box out there almost immediately when she does send a special. Star Chaser is not necessarily just a free fireball that goes out. She is vulnerable. The block.
Yeah, Delta Clock is available. You can see Monarch being very conservative right now. You got to remember to keep blocking low, too. The threat of riding free is there at all times.
All right, there's a throw. Literally a single Delta Clock away from victory. All right.
Are we going to see the bust up from Monarch? We are not in the command grab. Best grappler in the game.
Has not used it yet throughout this top 8. The first one we get to see.
Battle 2. Engage.
Yeah, such a good command grab in pressure because the startup is just slow enough to get around the throw protection out of block stun. Oh, and another big read on a DP that Nyantic is not correct and going to give Monarch an opportunity in this round. It's about 40% on the board. And again, that blocked very high in a situation where it's pretty nebulous advantage.
Okay, all DP, calls out the light. JU side swap, BC away.
Another situation here, though, where Delta Clock is available. Monarch not able to find the finish.
Yep, great decision. Alt projectile denies the medium Star Chaser.
Yeah, Monarch short on meter, though. Yeah, just holds his ground with the 2M. This is looking a lot like last game, but again, that third round definitely in Nyantic's favor, especially at the start. Is Monarch going to be able to keep him away? And again, Nyantic finds the first hit.
What a stagger off the light to go for the triple attack. Off the wall we go for maximum damage. Hard knockdown.
Are we going to see another command grab here? Just the regular one?
No way. I think we're just going to commit to pressure. No need to risk it at 50% life lead. And we're building up that meter. Next combo could be devastating for Monarch.
A lot of different block strings coming out from Monarch. Really trying to work to open Nyantic up here.
All right, nice block. The ride free medium edition counter hit.
Looking for the throw bait. No bite from Monarch.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of help to try to build back the meter, but the shutdown of the ultimate fireball, there was no refund, so Monarch going to be in the lead in terms of resources. And now in health with this chip. One call, that's all that Nyantic needs. 8 Delta Clock away.
Good patience, though. Nyantic not biting on the BC yet.
This is why we're doing 5L here, to deny a potential ride free. We know the win condition here from Monarch.
But the 5H!
That's exactly the same button that won Kojicoco Evo this year.
Clutch press with the far heavy. Yeah, great recognition of what you said, that Monarch was looking to stuff the raw riding free, so scared of Delta Clock, wasn't really paying attention to the gigantic normal that is also available for Beatrix there.
All right, with the JU, 5L interrupts. 2-0 lead, and what a call out with the 2L.
Went for the grab, was either a little far or a little early. Punish available for Nyantic, able to turn that into the corner, but same thing on the other side, doesn't quite get close enough for the grab, whips it, has to give up a crystal because of the contact to the Raging Strike there.
No way. Oh my goodness, wrong refund.
Honestly, if you're Monarch, this is fine. Get the meter out, and not quite on Delta Clock yet. A lot of meter available here for Monarch, and only one crystal, so we should be able to easily kill here.
Nice.
Another Raging Chain,
lights,
ult available, not going to even need it. Yeah, Monarch didn't seem too worried after getting hit by the SSPA, or by the SBA there. Just immediately mashing out, recognizing like, yes, that did hurt. However, he doesn't really have anything available to do much more significant damage.
Good throw.
With the frame kill. I think that was supposed to just be a 5L, a little bit of a misinput here from Monarch, but doesn't pay for it. Finally, one of these DP busts out works out for Nyantic.
All right, there's our dash light. Good just guard coming from Monarch.
Again, no anti-air attempt. And yeah, you can just actually react to most ult fireballs with the ult from Metera. It just kind of hard destroys them.
Yeah. Thunderbird, medium edition, going for the safe option, but the heavy. Not quite close enough to get the finish, but the 2M, still not enough. You could have committed to the EX ride free there.
Oh, finds the stagger though, and I think this should be enough. Yes, picks it up. Raging Chain will be plenty.
Round one step closer for Nyantic to 3-0 against Monarch.
Yeah, looking for this run back against BSG.
This is going to be very interesting if we get that, but Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yes!
Oh, wow, and there's the righty free. And again,
Ooh.
the story of this set, almost every round start interaction has gone in the favor of Nyantic.
50% life lead already. Plus frames off the medium star chaser and stagger lights.
One touch
BCM
round right now.
range. Anything, look at this, the pump on the guard button.
And that is gonna do
to
it.
be it. SBA after the ride free follow-up. Nyantic will advance 3-0 over Monarch.
And crowd popping off for him. Well-deserved. Going to move back into the losers finals, putting away one of the best players on the planet. Nyantic proving that he also is one of them.
One of the best. Nyantic has been certainly glowing up in the Granblue scene, but look at this.
Yeah, NorCal
Do you
popping off
see
for him.
NorCal popping off, but also BSG right across the stage. Like, yeah, okay, run back it is, and one step closer, we will get a brand new invitee to the Granblue versus World Tour Finals. But before we can get to that glorious match, we have one more break. Don't go away. More Granblue Fantasy versus Rising. We'll come back to you right after this.
Welcome back, everyone, to the grand finals of Granblue Fantasy versus Rising. Thanks for hanging on while we're waiting for BSG to get his hard-earned medal in Tokon. But he's got one more that he has to fight for right now. Grand finals is going to be BSG against Nyantic.
Well, hold on. He's not fighting for just a medal.
Yes.
He's fighting for a belt.
This is for, yeah, you know, we've been talking a lot about that qualification spot for the finals, but we can't not put some shine on the CEO belts. They are some of the sickest trophies in the FGC.
And the glow up from Nyantic for this run, look at this. This is about to be a generational match here in Grand Finals. Nyantic has been on a tear all weekend, and BSG one step closer, has always been in this position. Time and time again throughout the last year, has been one of the most consistent competitors. And can we cross the threshold of victory, an instant qualification, and add another championship trophy to our collection? We've been so close. But will Nyantic seize victory and take, I believe, their first major championship victory?
All right, so BSG, of course, in pretty good shape, like points-wise, just in case the worst should come to pass. But again, you don't want to leave anything to chance. We've kind of seen what's happened to him in the years prior.
Absolutely, a little butt warm up here. That's, I'm sure you were pretty excited to receive that medal up in the main stage again. Great showing from BSG. Again, a multi-talented gamer, has been playing other games as well, just really exploring, but still, Granblue being his home, just a strong, consistent competitor with this Vaseraga, really trying to stand up and show out for a character that is so underrepresented across the cast.
Yeah.
You do this every time, you're not doing it.
Yeah, I was wondering what the character choice was going to be. Of course, we saw the Beatrix at the start of the winner's final match before eventually falling back to the Djeeta.
Right.
While the Djeeta did work out in the immediate, able to put a game on the board right away, BSG was able to shore things up and put the winner's final away. So what has Nyantic learned in the meantime? I hope everyone's ready.
Yes, let's give it up for Grand Finals here at CEO 2026. Let's make some noise, Skyfars. Holy smokes.
Both players again unloading the heavy fireballs right at the start. Nyantic getting the best of the exchange. The dodge on the light tackle, though, leaving him open to a throw. Ooh, and yeah, the DP, that is something that changed, you know, coming from vanilla. There is a faster startup on the medium DP of Djeeta's, but the trade-off is that it has a lower invuln window.
Oh my goodness, we missed the BC opportunity there. Just gonna have to get blown up by the fireball from Nyantic. All fireball again. Rampage.
Great backdash on the command
huge.
grab. Gonna get the punish here. Not gonna be a ton of damage, but does have another ult fireball available. BSG gonna have to be pretty careful on the wake up here. So
Charged
needy
up.
on the 5H.
All right, nice attack. Savage Rampage to chase it down.
BSG finding the opportunity to get started, but yeah, you gotta watch out for that ult extinction.
Whole backdash gonna
Great
get caught.
chase. And the throw, Nyantic finding the first round, and the pace, this is what you need as Djeeta. You have to take advantage of that movement speed and get in his face. Vaseraga does have some slower buttons up close, kind of a stubby 2L.
Oh, deep jump in. That's okay though, BC out.
Yeah, unfortunately dealing with the tall characters, you can hit and jump, and that's hard to combo from.
All right. Nice.
Oh, but great timing on the jump. Doesn't get a lot for it, but does gain the corner positioning. Nyantic trying to find his way out.
Oh my goodness, what an interrupt. The ultimate instinction. Massive combo opportunity for BSG.
Great backdash though. Able to switch the positioning.
Holy Savage Rampage coming through, but
Yeah,
still.
that worked out. That is, because it was blocked, that is punishable up close. Great recognition by Nyantic.
What a 2L. BSG extending with the dash heavy.
Not a lot of resources for BSG side, and he is going to have to restock Soulforge.
That's Instinction, holding on to it for as long as we can.
No anti-air.
Oh.
This is a one-touch round for Nyantic. Pressing the advantage with the throw again. The light command grab, not enough damage. Dodges the ult extinction. Nyantic playing things pretty well so far, but he still has a bit to go.
Chip.
And there it is.
Oh my goodness, all that BSG needed was a single special.
Plenty of Raging Chains available here. And Nyantic able to get the first game towards the reset on the board.
And look at that glorious crowd here.
Yeah, BSG taking a moment to refocus, and I think you need that, right? After all the hype of getting your medal on the main stage, you got to remember, you're in for a fight right now.
Indeed.
Nyantic doesn't care what you just won.
Nyantic wants a belt. So forget the medal.
Good conversion. Saw the counter hit, able to get the 5M. And the throw bait. Pretty light punish with the throw, but able to keep the pressure up, forcing a BC out of BSG. BSG still locked down in the corner, but the 5M, that priority, able to crush the normal Djeetas there.
Nice with the dash heavy. Adding all sorts of damage BSG installed. Nice
Good dodge. Yeah, perfect timing. Found the punish.
This is a very different Nyantic than what we saw on the winner side.
Yeah. And another great, he has been so good at avoiding these command grabs, both the heavy and the ultimate versions.
Yo, I gotta talk to who Nyantic talked to, because this was insane coaching. Maybe it's a self-motivator. Maybe it was Bucky.
Yeah, I think it might have been Bucky. We gotta give the boy some props.
Hold on, let's be careful. We don't get to big
Early
jump.
jumping, yeah, and we have not seen anti-airs coming out of BSG so far. At the same time, we have not seen punishes on the tackles with DP coming out of Nyantic.
That's so true. Do pressure for corner though. BSG trying to install a lead. Maximum range.
And again, we saw this in the winner's final. Most Vaseraga players, BSG included, often take advantage of the quick recovery of the light follow-up to try to push a button and get you with a little okie doke. Nyantic preemptively DPing a BSG, choosing to just block.
Battle 3. Engage.
Backing off. Oh, fireball interrupt here.
Good placement for the dash light. Gonna get the corner here. Little too far for the 2M fireball pickup.
Right to block. Watch the stagger again. Locked in, but the BSC out.
BSG on one crystal. Good amount of meter available for Nyantic as well. If he places the 5M well into the corner carry, could turn into a lot of damage here.
Yeah, that was good patience there from Nyantic, not biting on the whiff.
Oh yeah, dodged a little too late though.
Yeah. Jeez, still on one brave point on the side of BSG. Really trying to walk back and forth to build up that gauge, get another ult. Nice tech. Oh, what a command grab. Life lead is substantial here, but the ult fireball going to push you away.
Yeah, command grab coming out, but it was used off the stop, so the stops weren't available.
Enough to get the finish, tying up the games. We got a 1st-2 now.
Yeah, this is a much faster pace than what we were seeing in the winner's final from both players. They're definitely scrapping right now.
I mean, they are hungry for it. They're looking for that invite to the Granblue finals.
Battle 1. Engage.
Seeing a wide variety of round opens out of both players, too. Yeah, this time was, again, a little sketchy on if it was going to be the distance for the 2M pickup. Oh, but the run-up 5H. Nyantic going to get a good combo out of here.
Yeah, haven't seen it in this set yet. Nice DP. Let's send as much as we can. And look at this charge. 100% meter. Next touch gets our kill.
Involts through, and if you're Nyantic, honestly, you take that because there's now no ult extinction to worry about.
Our BC. Or way too early
Just
on that.
shy of the pickup.
Yeah.
And the throw bait with the double shimmy. Nyantic going to get another round up here.
Great with punish there, coming from Nyantic.
Yeah, we can see this change to the Djeeta that he made in Winners Finals, that the difference in the walk speed and the dash speed compared to most of the rest of his stable, so big, and finally we see an anti-air coming out of BSG. huge combo to start the round for him.
Nice tech. Getting that timing on the fireball here. But
This
what a
time, yeah, the DP works out.
Oh, too early.
Yeah, and there was no option other than to try a throw mash because he already spent the heavy DP. He wasn't going to be able to just DP his way out of that situation.
It's a throw lead for BSG. Oh,
It's enough to
fireball.
stop.
Nice
Oh, great
backdash.
backdash show, recognizing that the last few times that situation came up, Nyantic had done the run-up grab just to try to establish pressure.
Little taste of your own medicine there. Let's get back into this one here. A little warm-up.
Yeah,
round
very
apiece.
pivotal round right now.
Who takes that lead? Nice low swipe. The chase continues. Nice command grab. Installed. Stop running at me. Keep your distance.
Found the counter hit, but no buffer.
Oh,
That's actually fine for Nyantic.
Yeah.
You get the side switch out of the corner.
I thought for sure we'd see a 2H, but it was definitely a massively ambiguous cross-up. Nice command grab.
Oh, and that busted out the old fireball too, so Nyantic lost the meter. BSG with the resource advantage here, both in meter and life.
Oh my goodness. All right, ultimate instinction.
Yeah, but he's got another one on deck. The threat's not gone.
Waiting on the Soul Forge. Another alt instinction again, just constantly chipping away.
Nyantic
More
just
Soul
trying
Forge.
to find a turn. Finally gets a knockdown.
Right above 50 meter. Oh, early spot dodge.
This time finds the pickup with the 5M, but still so much work to do, and the Brave counters are still available.
Yeah, opting to use alt skills only for the instinction, not the command grab here. But look, we're so
Doesn't
close
have
to
the
chip.
meter,
He
and
is-
now there is ult stomps. Oh wow, and the ult check. BSG doesn't react, and Nyantic gonna be able to close out the game with a raw raging strike.
Taking that 2-0 lead. BSG once again so close getting the chip out, right? Just one more touch away off the special before we got that chip victory. But man, back to the character select stream and go. 2-1 lead, Nyantic.
Yeah, I love that. Nyantic would have had to come up to something creative to not be put in a situation where he just got chipped out. Instead of buying back in with the dash, I think that's what BSG was looking for. He was so keyed in on the stagger pressure, wasn't ready for the raw raging strike.
Versus Djeeta.
Jeez, Rowlet, relax. Holy smokes.
I feel at home. This feels like
This
it
is
used to
normal.
feel.
Yeah, we're back. We are
Let's
so
go.
back.
Let's go, Granblue. Another great jump. Nyantic has been so on point, avoiding all of these command grabs. Getting another crystal out pretty early.
Oh my God, what a DP.
Yeah, good recognition of the spacing. It was a plus on block tackle, so BSG was probably going to be claiming the turn. Right now, everything's working out for Nyantic. Are we going to spend this? Not quite yet, yeah. This
on.
time goes for the throw bait with the charge 5U.
There was some power in that cheer for Nyantic. Holy moly. All right, nice little spot dodge again. The instinction, little early
This time he
there.
just blocked too. That was clutch. He's been counter hitting that situation twice.
Ooh.
Favorable trade for Vaseraga. Going to get a
Indeed.
lot of damage off it.
100 meter, let's get the spend, strip that one break point.
Rare sighting of a Vaseraga skybound art. Are we going to see the raging strike
Oh,
in
that's-
time? No, the delay dash light. Not a tool you see that often out of Vaseraga because of the short range, but when he already has the corner, he doesn't have to worry about it.
Indeed. All right, that's a great opener here for this next game. At the advantage of rounds. Big
Great jump
in.
to start. Yeah, using that JM to punish the fireball.
There's
Being
so much
pretty
damage.
reserved here.
Able to find the challenge of the dash heavy. Devoured a Savage Rampage for it. Oh no, Mr.
Yeah, the
BC!
delay, and we've seen that early BC come out of BSG every time he's cornered so far.
5L is the challenge. Coast to coast.
Yeah, look at the corner carry.
Back to the mid screen, but there's the throw. Nyantic trying to control the rhythm. Another walk-up throw.
No bite on the throw bait.
Yeah.
Gotta watch out for the ult grab.
There's one.
Also gotta watch out for the non-ult grabs.
All right. Savage Rampage almost down and out.
One touch match
Excuse me,
for
the
both
Soul Force,
players.
rather.
No anti-air.
What a GU. Oh, tried to go for the Savage.
Chip becoming an issue. That, yeah, had to. No other option. BSG out of crystals
no!
and put himself in a position where the DP was a guaranteed anti-air. He didn't get far enough forward before the JU. Clutch anti-air for Nyantic.
I mean, yeah,
Reset
'cause
point.
You were in such a rock and a hard place there. You were threatened for chip. Rare chance like that. Let's see if BSG has something to answer back.
Stealing a turn off the light Rekka. Nyantic's kind of feeling himself right on. There's the okie doke this time. Another good jump though.
Watch it. Shoulder check. Battalion of Fear to push back. Oh my goodness, a trade. That's all right. You still get the install. Nice. The throw.
Both players looking for the throw bait.
We take that command grab. We're okay. Nice spot dodge. Still
Great
checking.
run block there from Nyantic.
Watch it. Oh my
Gets the
goodness.
side switch. Oh, but the back throw.
Staggers with the 5L. Yeah, look at this offensive threat coming from BSG. Almost at 100 meters.
Oh no!
Big punish. That should be a game for BSG. We're going to keep it simple. It's tied up 2-all in grand finals.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was supposed to be a heavy fireball there after the running forward. It can be kind of difficult without using the skill button to do a fireball after dashing forward, especially if you're doing a manual dash.
Woo!
Yeah, going back to character select, but I don't think we're going to see a change, right? The Djeeta has
already locked.
Yeah, it's been working out.
All right, but this is a pivotal moment here for BSG. We've been in this exact position so many times, and I love that we went to character select to calm and steady the nerves, to not get ahead of ourselves, to not succumb to the adrenaline rush of being on the cusp of victory once again. Here we go, 2-all set in grand finals. Do we close this out?
BSG looks calm at the moment.
I mean, they are both letting this intro rock. They are, I can't imagine the heart rate. I want to see the beats per minute. Like, what do we got? What is the pulse looking like?
Both of these players, both trying to find that first real big bust-out win. No one questions their skill. They just don't have the receipts quite yet, and they're both so close right now.
All right, here we go. The JM is the start for BSG. Nothing significant quite yet on either side, but there's a ton of caution at round start. Good spodge.
Great movement here from Nyantic. He did try to steal a turn after that Rekka earlier. This time just holds the turn.
There is so much caution. 50% on the meter for BSG. This is nothing but chip for the last 25 seconds.
Yeah, neither player finding a hit. And ult command grab, the first real contact that's been made so far in the round. Soulforge finally applied.
Oh, nice low swipe. Oh, cut it out early.
Brave counters back into the corner in order to maintain the advantage.
Look at the spacing. I don't blame BSG for being this cautious. Just keep whittling away at the health via chip.
Yeah, and I mean, from this situation, what's Djeeta going to do to you?
Yep.
She has to move forward in order to even get to you. That's a big counter hit right here. Needed that carry.
What a tech. So brave of BSG. Low swipe. There's another throw. Nyantic. Momentum shift.
Yeah, looking for that ult command grab.
Nice.
Unfortunately, runs into the ult extinction.
Oh my God.
I think this is actually going to be the round. No, he chooses to stock up. Not going to spend some racing chains.
There's an abundance of caution in BSG's gameplay right now.
Yeah.
17 seconds left.
And if you're Nyantic, you might have to take advantage of it. But
oh my God.
Brave poke out there from BSG. He is on tournament point.
Not an ounce of emotion yet on the face of BSG.
And
There
a
is
big
business to be
anti-air.
done.
Yeah, needed that position as Soulforge applied. Early advantage for BSG.
The 5L. Nice little stagger. Command grab. Strong lead for BSG. Right now, there's the far medium.
Just looping the corner pressure. Spends in order to restock.
So much
Soulforge reapplied.
This is insane. Like, the amount of caution here. Savage Rampage extension off the ultimate extinction. We are one touch away from
Yeah, we're
victory.
going to stock up again here.
Oh my God.
Time to guess for the game. Light command
Callisto.
grab will finish it. Oh, but the command grab whiffs.
BC still an advantageous position for BSG. Final break point. Early spot dodge. Knocking at the door with the ultimate Savage Rampage, but not going to get the chip victory yet. A touch away. Can Nyantic make this comeback?
Big
And
throw
oh
tech.
my God.
Nyantic not quite out of it yet. Found the counter hit, but not the confirm.
Needs 5% on this meter for BSG to get another ultimate, and there it is. Nyantic!
And again,
unchecked!
the raw raging strike. Nyantic staying alive, at least for one more round.
Unbelievable. Gave it our all, but yet the final break point was everything there. Nyantic ceiling one more round, and here we go.
I love this out of Nyantic, taking advantage of the pressure and the mental stack, and it's such a risk, but it's paid off both times.
All right, 2-all lead. Massive round start for BSG. All right, a little more aggressive this time around, though.
Nyantic getting out of the corner with the jump.
Oh, my God.
Runs into the armor, though. Big confirm here for BSG all the way to the other corner. Barely got the wall bounce.
Literally back at 50% life lead. BSG, the chant begins. All right, another Instinction. Massive swing.
Big counter hit. Yeah, going to get the side switch.
All right, that's one BC down.
Gotta watch out for the armor.
Yeah,
just BC's back, but command grab.
Callisto, once again, 25% left. Oh, tried to armor through, but not enough. Staggers from Nyantic.
Nyantic trying to figure out his
early
approach.
Spot dodge! Callisto, that is gonna do it! That is enough! BSG finally secures yet another championship, the one that matters the most! The invite for the Granblue versus World Tour!
And look at the Granblue community popping off. They know how many times he has been so close and come up just short. This time, though, BSG clutches it out, stays solid into the end. Well-deserved victory here for him.
A long time coming. This kid has been on the rise time and time again, knocking at the door, knocking to become your next champion, to be crowned once more in the Granblue Tour, and finally secures an invite without a doubt. This man is your champion of CEO 2026. Don the belt. It is yours. Paragon's newest competitor, BSG.
And of course, we also have to give the praise to Nyantic. Such a great performance, keeping such a thrilling grand final, staying alive till the very end.
And a massive chunk of points for Nyantic as well.
Yeah, gonna rocket him into that top 8. It will be hard to retain that spot given the other regions having events coming up.
Sure.
However, this does also put Nyantic into a currently qualified spot via points.
Yes, there are still other events where Nyantic, should he choose to travel, can maintain that position. We're not going to get the 300 points, but check out the silver events. Definitely check out events like First Attacker, SQXL, and so many more that are coming up, including our 2- and 3-star events are coming up. So there's plenty of opportunities to continue to maintain those points, at least stateside if he doesn't travel. But you're right, though. Those bigger points are out there globally. But we also have to keep in mind the regional standing, and this does put Nyantic high up in the regional standing, does guarantee him a pretty solid spot in the U.S. competition in terms of scoring, right alongside the likes of even Monarch, who is already pretty well qualified in the standings, but also for Riazo and I believe Zane as well in terms of regional qualifications. So plenty of points on the line, plenty of opportunity, and man, what a top 8. How do y'all feel about that top 8? I want to hear it one more time, y'all. Let me hear you.
Yeah, and I want to give, again, just the biggest shout out to BSC, not just for getting the big win finally, but also this was such a difficult tournament. This is one of the most stacked North American Rising tournaments that's ever happened. Everyone you could think of for the top players were here. In the end, it's BSG, the one left standing.
Oh my God, I can't tell you how many times I've seen BSG in this position go like, dude, one more, just one more, man. We need it. And I can't believe it. Finally able to secure that spot, locking the invite. Well done.
A lot of pressure off, especially going into this new version where there's a lot of changes that are going to impact a lot of characters, including Vaseraga. We've already seen the little clips here and there, right? Not being able to bait Brave counter the way you could. Who else knows what's, you know, in store for us in version 2.6? We're only 3 weeks away from it. And just being able to qualify now, and now all you really have to focus on is learning the new version and, you know, getting yourself gelled into that new meta. You don't have to worry about the pressure of, do I gotta travel, do I gotta win?
Yeah. You sit in the comfort of your home, keep labbing, enjoy the new patch that's right around the corner.
Yeah.
It's a whole new era of Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising coming pretty soon. If this caught your attention, if you are enjoying what you saw, it's a free download. This game goes on sale all the time. Check it out. It's completely accessible with a rotating cast of characters. It's got a great tutorial system to teach you how to play. And there's so much more to look forward to, a welcoming community and plenty of online events if you want to dip your toes into the competitive atmosphere. Or if you're not feeling competitive, you want to enjoy the story of the characters.
Yeah, and honestly, just
story mode.
An aesthetically beautiful game. Great art, great music, great voice acting. I think that, you know, this game is really coming to its own. We were talking about the exponential growth, right? So long now. We're in our, what, 3rd year?
Of Rising
yeah,
alone.
And this game has grown the Granblue Fantasy Versus player base so much. It is so hard to win a tournament. These aren't the days where I pull up to CEO Otaku and place 5th at, in a 90-person tournament.
Yeah.
You have to sweat through 200, 300, 400 people.
Yeah,
So,
they're coming through strong all across the globe, and it's great to see the regional differences across these competitors as well, whether you're in the EU dealing with all the Luanes, or whether you're in Japan dealing with some interesting neutral play, or even where else? Where else? In Brazil? In South America? The insane players of South America. I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to South America.
we're going to see them
competition.
showcase in the near future. Of course, the 5-star events that are remaining. We have Azhiro in City Australia, I believe, is the next one up. There is Evo France.
Yes.
There's Battle Coliseum in Brazil. And there is Tiger Uppercut in Thailand. Those are our remaining 4 5-star events. So keep an eye on those as well so you can see some of the best players from the other regions. I'm very excited, as you mentioned, for the South American, for the Brazil tournament, because there's so many hidden killers down there.
Yes, and they're finally getting plenty of opportunity, especially with those regional qualifications. But let's take it to the stage so we can give our competitors their rewards. Starting off in 7th place, it's Insurgent. And then also in 7th place, Luis Ferdinand. Is that really his name? Is that, who can say?
It's like a name of a spy. It's swag.
Yeah, it's a pretty swaggy name indeed, but also swagging it up with the Your Ha shirt. Give it up for 6th place, Vermillion. Then also tied for 5th place, this multi-game competitor, Zane. Your World Warrior, your Evo champion, Paragon's own Kojicoco in 4th place. Hey, what does that mean? What is that? Is someone filming? Anyways, in 3rd place, the calculated killer, out here, multi-game champion as well, Conmei's own Monarch. And then for 2nd place, the young buck, the online warrior, coming up strong at a major event, holding on to what is true. It's 2nd place to Nyantic. And I tell you what, it has been a long time coming for me to get to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, your CEO 2026 champion, newly sponsored Paragon Blue Sky Guy. Oh, you get the jacket too?
Yo! Okay, I didn't even know about that.
I was not aware about this.
On top of the belt?
Absolutely insane look.
Yeah,
the
hand
belt
this man
raised
his
high.
belt.
Give it up one more time for BSG! BSG! BSG!
Man, what a moment. So hard fought, so well earned for BSG.
Yes.
Congratulations one more time. I hope you all enjoyed this top 8 of Granblue Fantasy versus Rising. There's still a little bit more CEO left to go, so check out the other games, but that's going to be it. Zero, it's been a pleasure.
Absolute pleasure, Callisto. And again, until next time, everybody, stay happy, stay healthy, and later days.